Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Mark Goldbridge here. Obviously, let's get the live comments box up working as well. How are you feeling? I'm feeling positive. Rhetorical question, but yeah, I am definitely feeling very positive. I think that the result hopefully is going to go our way. I don't know why the live comment. Oh, there's always something, isn't it? I will get the live comments box working in a moment. But yeah, very, very positive about Manchester United. I know the likes that of Arsenal and that are winning at the moment, but we would expect that, I think, from them away to Watford. Liverpool dropping points. Very, very good that was as well. Yeah, I'm just feeling really positive. Team news will be with you in about 15 minutes, so do join us for that. It's not 2-0 to Hill. For anybody wanting that, I need to change that as well. Amateur hour as we come on. I want to get the live comments working. We will be joined by Alex in a moment. Wes Morgan scored for Leicester. I used to have him in my fantasy team. Not this year, I'm afraid. So they're 2-0 up. It's 0-0. I've changed the score, don't worry. And I know Drawty will kill me anyway if we get that wrong. So let's put that right. It's just slightly not right. There we go. Let's get this live comments box working, and it isn't 2-0. It's not very realistic. You're right as well, Paolo. So drop us a like while you're waiting. I need to get the live comments box working. I'm a bit perturbed. You like that word? I'm a little bit perturbed as to why it isn't working. But we'll get it working, don't worry. I'm predicting that the starting lineup will be pretty much the same as it was for the last game against Southampton. I don't think there'll be any changes. Personally, if you saw me on Wednesday's live preview, I would have gone with Mkhitarayan instead of Mata. But can you argue with changing a winning side? I'm not gonna go up apocalyptic about it at all. I think that's a bit unfair. We do back Jose, obviously, and we want him to win, and we want United to win. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. Let me just remove this and add in. It's very, very important that the live comments box works, because without it, paddle, shit creek, and all that lot, and you shouldn't be swearing anyway. That's abhorrent to do that. So let's see if we can get this working, because I haven't got a clue why it isn't. Yes, hallelujah, and praise the Lord. We've got you working on the live comments. That would have been tragic without it. So we can start. Who is the guest today, says Gurmit. At the moment, it is going to be Alex for a little bit before the game starts. Then we will hopefully have Callum from Australia. Failing that, the big news is I'll get one of you lot on. So, you know, that is going to happen at some point. Watchalongs are always a bit transient, you know. Might get someone on for 10 minutes or anything like that. So let's just see. It's up in the air today. You've got the same quality. In fact, big shout out to the Drawty Devil. He's actually made further changes to the studio. We are looking sexy, apart from obviously me sat in the chair here. Love the chair. Fantastic new chair. Dig it. And we've got obviously the little ticker below where we will put the team news in for you as soon as that comes in. So lots going on with the United Stand as per usual. And we will have things like this. This will be wrong, but Zlatan's not going to score 2 for Hull, but we will update those as it goes on, and lots going on. I've actually got a bet on United to win today. I never bet, but I'm not going to shout out a betting company, that's not fair, but they had a deal on where you can put 20 quid in and you get 20 quid of free bets. So United were like, I always deal in decimal, they were 1.5, so I'm convinced we're going to win today. So I put 20 quid on it. I'll win a tenner back. But I am convinced we're going to win today. I've gone 3-1. Keelan Johnson saying Rashford starts, ? That would be really interesting if he did. I can't see it. We will be going live to the Fan TV studio, hopefully, as well. We tried that a bit last week. Hopefully that will work this week. So lots going on with the United Stand today. And most importantly, team news. I mean, the latest scores, just to letting people know, it's Chelsea winning 2-0. Palace are losing to Bournemouth, amazingly. Everton 1-0. Don't know who scored that. Let me know, because I do have Everton players in my fantasy football team. Leicester 2-0 against Swansea. Hopefully it stays that, because I've got Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Southampton 0, Sunderland 0. Oh, come on, Tadic. Defeat the Moyes. And massive news, Nottingham Forest, the team I support apparently, well, they are beating dirty Leeds, so I will celebrate that. But just because you're born somewhere doesn't mean you support that club. I'm totally opposed to all this nonsense about you're a better fan if you come from the place, if you come from Manchester. They take up about 0.01 of our support, so load of nonsense with that. But anybody going to tell me anything that they want to discuss? Given own goal for Everton. So they're playing West Everton. Who are Everton playing? Are they playing Stoke? So Shay Given's in goal for Stoke. Baines penalty. Yeah, I thought so. Obviously, I've got Barkley, so that's no good for me. Who was fouled on the penalty would be easy. Given own goal, Baines penalty off the post and bound off Given's head. So it'll be an assist by Baines. Doesn't matter who was fouled on the penalty either. Angel Gomez looks like a real gem, says Hamza. Yeah, we've spoken a little about him over the summer and the last few months. Him and the likes of Tahir Chong. But Gomez captained the England side, didn't he? The under-18s, I think, or the under-17s last week. So there we go. Talk about Mickey, says Sohail. Happy to do that. Mkhitaryan, I would start him, but I think the comments from Jose from the press conference yesterday about how he's in no rush to... he's a super player, but he's in no rush to get him involved. I can't see him starting. To be honest, you know what? The simple thing for me is that Mkhitaryan is a better right midfielder than Mata any day of the week, and he will cause Hull more problems. I think we'll beat Hull today, but you know what? A bad game by Rooney, a bad game by Fellaini, and Mata not very productive on the right, and we'll still win because we've got Pogba and Zlatan. You see what I did there? We'll still win this game. We're going to win this game because of the likes of Zlatan and Pogba. I mean, I don't know about you, but I sometimes find myself forgetting about Pogba. It's ridiculous. And then I remember, I think, we're going to win. We'll win this game. Pogba is on a different planet. We will win this game. I think at the moment we can afford to carry Mata on the right midfield. You can afford to carry Rooney, who's not been that great. We'll be fine. We will win this game. But I would love to see Mkhitaryan play because I think instead of winning 1 or 2-0, I think with Mkhitaryan we could win 3 or 4-0. So that's what I want to see. Keelan wants Rashford to play. Who would you bring him in for? I do not know. 318 of you watching at the moment. Please share, and there is the social media stuff below. Please share it, tweet it, everything like that. That'd be great. Really obviously helps us. But team news will be coming in 10 minutes. Want to see Rooney drop, says Geraint Jones. Do you think Man United need to buy anyone else, says JS Gaming? Very good question. We were going to touch on that at half time, but it may be an action-packed first half, so I'll touch on it a bit now. Jose again saying that he's happy with the squad that he's got. I'll be surprised if we keep Jones and Rojo. I don't know about you lot. I really will be surprised about that. But we probably will do if we're not going to get a full centre-back. And to be honest, wasn't it going to be Fonte anyway? So, yeah, I wanted us to sign Fabinho because I'm not convinced about Valencia as a defensive right-back. I think he could cause us a few problems. So... not that I drop him at the moment, I think he's doing really well, but I would like us to sign Fabinho because he's a young right back, he could do really well, and that'd be great. I'm just looking at this spider line on the back. Yeah, I can't see anything. You're blagging me. Mark, is there room in the United Stand Xbox One FIFA League, says J Xmas. If you're in the FIFA League, I don't really want to talk about it too much because there's an email going out tonight for everybody who's been confirmed. I think PS4 is full, but if you're Xbox, send an email to unitedstandfifaleague@gmail.com. I think we've got 1 or 2 spots still left for the Xbox One League, so yeah, get involved in that. Big shout out Dave Poulton, he's doing some stuff for us. Hopefully he can boost it up as well, and we'll have Alex with us in a moment, but I'm just very quickly checking on something because I wanted to make sure that I get this right when I say it to you. I normally get leaks about who's going to be in the team, and I've been told that Memphis isn't on the bench. So, I mean, that might not shock that many of you. But, I think it was Daily Blind who said that he's got to book his ideas up, which I think, to be fair, is true, isn't it? He has got to. But Ian Grant, again, there's a few of you today saying... Rashford should start. Footy Freak, what's your preferred centre-back pairing this season? Well, I'm going to upset everybody a little bit and say, Craig Farrell, I think you've been confirmed anyway, mate, on PS4. You won't have had your email yet, but we've got the list. It'll be later on tonight. What time is the team released? In about 7 minutes. My preferred centre-back partnership is Smalling and Bailly. You know me by now. I am quite stubborn about my opinions. I'd still drop Fellaini. That's just what I think. It doesn't mean that it's right, and I've never professed that. But my centre-back pairing would be Smalling and Bailly. They're quicker, they're better in the air, and Blind's been fantastic. I'm not dropping him because he's not been fantastic. That's just not what I'm about at all. That's my preferred centre-back pairing. How are we going to win the game today, says Jordan Curley? Well, we're going to put the ball into the back of the net about 3 times and we're going to score more than the opposition. Ewan MacGyver says Zlatan hat-trick incoming. I'm going to tell you something now. Fantasy Premier League, I do take it quite seriously. If you're in the United Stand Fantasy Premier League, I'm out for you. And I had very, very tough decision on whether to have Zlatan or Aguero captain today. I went with Aguero because they're home to West Ham tomorrow. Heart is Zlatan, head is Aguero. I'll be more than happy if Zlatan gets a hat-trick today and Aguero scores nothing tomorrow. I know, but I do take Fantasy Premier League seriously, but United come first. I just head over heart, really, away from home. And also, Zlatan is always going to be reliant on what service he gets. And if Martial isn't on his game again, and Rooney's not on his game again, and Mata's not really providing much from the right, hopefully overlaps with Valencia. Them little dinky crosses is what we want to see. I'll obviously be very happy with that. From a tactical sense, as we're building towards the game, an hour away, I know, but from a tactical sense, what I'm looking forward to today is I'll discuss more of it when we know what the team is. But what I want to see is if Mata's going to play on the right, which I think he will, I want Valencia bombing on a lot, because that little dink cross, if you remember last week against Southampton when Zlatan had already scored 2, there was an opportunity. Valencia on the edge of our box out on the right, their box on the right. We were shouting on the watch-along, as I'm sure all you were, get that dinked up cross that you're doing at the moment, Valencia. And he dinks it up. Zlatan's there. You think hat-trick, and it's Zlatan's fault. He heads it off the top of his head. So I want to see more of that. I do want to see more of that. I really don't think today is going to be that easy. Says welcome to Zlatan. I could just still under Louis van Gaal the hangover from last year. Well, typical. I never bet. I haven't gambled for years, and I have actually put a bet on today for United, as I said. So it'll be typical that we won't win, but I'm so confident we will win that I did put the bet on. So yeah, he replacing Martial, says Eric Bay. That would send us all into meltdown, wouldn't he? We really would be very, very upset, I think, and rightly so. Just looking at the latest scores there, nothing really to report. But it's a good point. I mean, are we underestimating Hull? I don't think so. I think they've boxed way above their level. I mean, they're not, some people are saying, well, what about Leicester last year? I don't think that's relevant. I think Leicester are a better team than Hull. I think Hull have scrapped and got 2 very good wins that are going to be massively important for them in relation to relegation. And Mickey Phelan's done a really, really good job. But for me, it's not good enough, and we should be beating a team like Hull, and I fully expect us to beat a team like Hull if I'm actually being honest. So I'm not underestimating them. I'm not being arrogant either. I just think we will beat them, and we should beat them because that is what we should be aiming to do these days. I mean, if any of you lot think anything different, then by all means let me know. But this isn't a great Hull side, and you look at the team we've got now, and I'm specifically talking about the likes of Pogba, Zlatan, Martial. I do include Rooney in that. He's our top earner. He needs to be better than that. Watford on the fight back, 1-3 against Arsenal. Chelsea 2-0 up against Burnley. Leicester 2-0 up against Swansea. Mahrez missed a penalty. Everton 1-0. Bournemouth. I mean, why aren't Southampton beating Sunderland? That's just ridiculous. They should be doing better than that. But that's the updates with the score. Let's take some of your live comments. Live early. Yeah, we were live early. I was all set up and I just thought, you know what? Why not go early? Why not go live? We're unchanged, says the Carrick fan. Hot off the press. I wouldn't be surprised if we are unchanged. As soon as I get the team news in, I will flash it up for you on the live ticker below. In fact, let me just get moving over to that. I don't know whether Carrick fan has had it from a decent source. I know it can come out a few minutes early. I never like to go. I'll give you what I've been told, but I never like to go too confident because you never know. But the only thing I've been told today is that Memphis misses out on the bench yet again. I think the bench is always an interesting thing, isn't it, at the moment? It really is. Will Lingard come back in? Who knows? We'll find out very, very shortly. Does he deserve to come back in? If he comes in, the thing is, we're always going to have a youth player on our bench, aren't we? So that's, Lingard is a product of the youth system. Rashford, Jose made a fantastic point, which I read this morning, funnily enough. Didn't get to see all of the press conference yesterday. And he said that it's not, people are moaning about Rashford not getting any game time. It's not that bad when you consider that he's second in line to one of the best strikers in the world. And it isn't. But Depay starts. Depay says, welcome to Zlatan. No chance. I think there is more chance of Liverpool winning the league than there is of Memphis Depay starting today. Will Darmian ever come back in, says Farley? Not at the moment. I'm not a massive fan of the No Hope League, Europa League to those who are. But we'll be doing watch-alongs for them, and a lot of these players will surely get a chance. So that's an exciting thing as well. Rashford will get games, definitely. It's early in the season. We've had a really good start. We've got to go into this international break with 9 points, and I expect us to do that today by beating Hull. We've got to do that. Anything less than a win is disappointing. Welcome to Zlatan is insistent that Memphis will play. We're about to find out very, very soon. Let's see if you're right. Let's see if you are right. I don't think you will be, but, stranger things have happened. Marcus Rojo is not with the squad. Memphis or Lingard. Jose bring through the youth. Southampton beating my bet. As I take it, Southampton are not in front yet then, which is disappointing. I can't stand Sunderland. I know they've got a few of our ex-players, but I cannot stand Sunderland. And I have got Tadic in my football Premier League team, so I want them to do well. But they're not helping us out at the moment. So we should be getting the team news any second now. As soon as it comes in, I will instantly fly it up for you. And it is in, and it is the same team. It is the same team as last time, which is what we expected. And let me wash it up for you. I just need to port out the subs. The subs will be... It's Smalling on the bench, Ander Herrera on the bench, Mkhitarayan, Schneiderlin, Young and Rashford. So, what are you thinking about the team? Let us know. I mean, there's no shocks there. I'm just writing out the sub so we can put that up for you. I'm slightly disappointed. I did want Mkhitaryan to start, but he just seems a bit opposed to doing that at the moment. Hopefully we've got Alex joining us as well at the moment. Hello, Alex.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I've got an advertisement at the moment. I don't know why they've started doing that on Skype, but let's get you up as well. Get rid of the advertisement.
What, an advert over me?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I've just seen the teams apparently exactly the same. I have no clue why Mkhitaryan just never starts.
Yeah, we were just talking about that then. Oh God, why is it doing that? I'll tell you what, Alex. I'll Skype you because I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay.
Frustrated. I'm trying to sort the subs out as well. I've only got 3 up on the screen at the moment, but we will sort that out. Don't worry. Oh, there's always something going wrong, isn't there? I mean, what's that all about? Hopefully, we'll get him on now. So, what are you thinking of the team? Yeah, we've got Alex now. Hopefully people can see you. I can, so that's good. Get cracking. What? Yeah, go on, Alex. You were talking about the team there anyway. Give us your thoughts.
I saw Jose saying during the week, I think it was actually yesterday, that that Mickey's a super player and that he will get his chance to shine and stuff. But he's like, oh, people think that just because I spent a certain amount of money on a player that other managers would put them straight into the team. Well, Pogba has way less for pre-season, and I'm not complaining because I would have put Pogba straight in the team, but I'm using it as an example. Pogba had absolutely no pre-season training, just came straight into the team. And it's I don't get why Mkhitaryan isn't coming straight into the team. Bailly went straight into the team, Zlatan went straight into the team, and now with Mickey, I don't know, it's just frustrating because Mata hasn't played badly, so to say, but I think all of us just want to see Mkhitaryan play. He's played so far 29 minutes over 2 games. They've just been coming on at the end, and he's not going to be able to show what he can do in these sorts of games. And I just don't get the point of saving him for the FA Cup or the Europa League, stuff like that. I want to see him play in the Premier League because, especially with Hull, we know what they're going to do. They're going to sit back the entire game, and I feel like Mkhitaryan's going to be better at opening a defence up from the right side than Mata is. I know Mata is creative, but I don't feel like his current form compared to Mkhitaryan's form last season that he's going to be able to open up a defence as easy as Mkhitaryan could.
Yeah, we will get Alex with you visually in a minute. I don't know what's going on wrong with that, but no Memphis again either. That probably doesn't surprise you as much.
Sorry, what was that? I was reading someone's comment.
No Memphis again.
Oh no, what is he not even on the bench?
No, Mkhitarayan. I'm just whacking it up now.
I just saw it down the bottom. Since when do we have that? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me, but I saw another thing in his press conference saying that he's happy with the team now and that it's going to stay the way it is. And he said, "Oh, if he doesn't start Memphis, then people are going to say he's going. If he doesn't start Mata, people are going to say he's going." Stuff like that, and it doesn't surprise me. I think he's going to save everyone, it seems, for the Capital One Cup and for the Europa League. And I really do hope that with this Europa League, obviously we got that draw yesterday, that I'm not happy from a travel perspective, but like Jose said in his conference, I'm happy with the teams we're playing. He said Champions League quality. They're not necessarily high-end Champions League quality, but I think they are decent teams that have been in the Champions League before, and I'm happy, and I'm over the moon about Fenerbahce. I know you are as well. That I just hope RBP starts, and I hope he gets a similar reception to what Ronaldo did when he came back.
Yeah, I've got you visually now, which is fantastic. Well, some might say, but yeah, I mean that lineup. I'm quite relaxed about it. It isn't. I would have played Mkhitarian. But the other hand, we've won our last 2 games. He's not going to change a winning team. As I was saying, and I'll throw this back to Alex and the live comments as well. As I was saying, the thing for me is that Mata, I think, down the right-hand side against Southampton, we gave a lot of chances up. And a lot of people weren't happy that I blamed Valencia. Valencia was part of that problem, but Mata was more of it because he's so slow. If their left-back's got any pace, he doesn't get back. It's baffling that Mkhitaryan's not playing, but I expected it, so I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I think what's really important today, Alex, is that the likes of even Martial, to a certain extent, who we love, he's got to be at his game. Rooney's got to be better. Mata's got to be good, and Fellaini's got to be good. Because if they fall into the trap that we've been a bit critical of, which is Mata's not a right midfielder, Rooney's been poor, and Fellaini's not a defensive midfielder. I joked before and said we'll still win because we've got Pogba and Zlatan, but and I think that is a massive plus. Is that even if those lot don't play well, I still think we could win it anyway. But they all 3 of them players have got to come up to the party because. That's why I play Mkhitaryan really, because he's just a better right midfielder than Mata. But I think Rooney will do well today. I mean, thoughts on Rooney? I mean, he's got a good record against Hull. I know we are carrying him, but
Rooney's just never going to get dropped. I know we've talked about this so many times on the show, not just this season, but last season before that. It's just not going to happen. So it's pointless talking about it really. Fellaini, I know we're often quick to criticise him, but so far he hasn't been bad, so I'm holding back on my criticism. I can't really blame him.
Well, he certainly, under no circumstances should he have been dropped today. It would have been a shock, to be fair. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he doesn't deserve to be dropped. I would have played him at number 10, but there's no way he was going to be dropped.
Yeah, without a doubt. But the Mkhitaryan thing, I don't know whether it's just going to be a case of. Or actually, no, not even that. I think that the first start he does get, he's under so much pressure now because he has to set the benchmark from his first start to prove why he deserves to be in the Premier League team. But I just don't get why Jose was so anti-Mata beforehand at Chelsea and everything. And then, like you said, that he did leave Valencia exposed quite a lot in the last game. I don't know whether that'll be as much of a problem against Hull because they're going to sit deeper than Southampton even did. Because Southampton did have more chances, if you look statistically wise, than we did, but obviously we're a lot more clinical and we had the better chances. But I don't think Hull. I think Hull's biggest threat will be from set pieces. But we're such a team of giants now that I touch wood that it shouldn't really be that much of a problem. But it does worry me. It wouldn't be the team I'd select, but it was the team I'd expect.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take some of the live comments now. I'm not negative about this. I said 20 minutes ago. It is what it is. Mkhitaryan's on the bench. If those players don't perform, it is, with all due respect, it's only Hull. We're not playing City away. We're not playing Arsenal. We're not playing Liverpool at Anfield. I'd be more concerned if we were because the game could be out of reach if we played badly. We're playing Hull City. We're not going to be 4-0 down at half-time because players don't perform. We're going to be 0-0, maybe 1 behind if it all goes to goes wrong, and then you bring the likes of Mkhitarayan and Schneiderlin on, so we can rescue the game, and maybe that will happen. But I've got no massive problem with him not changing the starting 11. I just think Mkhitaryan has to come in at some point. But what I do think, and I hope I'm proved wrong about this, Alex, is that the reason I wanted Mkhitaryan to play today is because I think if he doesn't start today, there's very little chance of him starting against in the derby, because that would be a big risk. I think this team, as long as it wins today, will start in the derby, as long as there's no injuries.
Yeah, I think, as we've said before, Jose Mourinho tends to just choose a team and then stick with it most of the season. So if Mata's starting now, then he hasn't really been bad, but I just think Mkhitaryan will be better there. He's going to probably stick with this team, and especially in the derby. Luckily with City, they have Sterling down that left-hand side, so he's not really going to cause Valencia that many problems because he's absolutely hopeless. So if Mata does get caught out and just outpaced or just not putting the work in down there, then it isn't going to cause that many problems, famous last words. But I think this will be the team. Like we've seen already, he's just basically chose the exact same team. I think if the team would have been no injuries throughout, then I think we would be seeing Lingard playing over Mata, because he started in the Community Shield and then he obviously got injured. So is Lingard on the bench today?
No, I mean that's an interesting point in itself. I did expect Lingard to be in the team, in the lineup. Didn't really do much wrong. He was one of Mourinho's favourites, but he doesn't make the bench either. I mean, it just shows you the competition that we've got for places. Yeah, that's a good point. I did mention him about 20 minutes before you came on air, but no place for Mkhitaryan, no place for Lingard even on the bench. So, I mean, Ashley Young's on there. I don't really understand how that change sort of happened. I mean, it happens obviously because of what Jose sees in training, but the first game of the season, it was Memphis on the bench. He came on, he did 10 minutes that were quite good against Bournemouth, and then next game he's off the bench and Young's on the bench. So it's obviously what's going on in training, or maybe adaptability. You know what it is? What I think, my theory about why Ashley Young's on the bench, and it goes totally contrary to what Jose said when in his very first press conference. I want specialists, not people who can play in different positions. I think Ashley Young's on the bench because he can play bloody left back and right back. You know, we've still got Blind, who's playing at centre back, not a centre back. Valencia's not a right back. Fellaini's not a defensive midfielder. Matt's not a right midfielder. Young's not a full back. But I think, you know what? Familiarity for Jose. He's using these people where they've been used for the last 2 years.
Exactly, and I found it funny in his press conference. He was talking about loaning players out, and when he was mentioning Cameron Bothwick-Jackson, he was saying, "Oh, if Shaw gets injured, we have Rojo and Blind as backup." And it's like, "Oh, but I thought you only want specialists in one position. Why are you talking about Blind playing left back when you've been playing him at centre back in all these games before?" But just quickly, sorry, I have seen them, but was Smalling on the bench today?
Yes, he is. Hopefully we've got that flashing up, actually.
So there, like you said before, yeah, it just didn't get to the subs. It's on the starting 11 at the moment. This is what I said to you. I was like, I think that he will stick with Blind and Bailly, and he has been doing it so far. And we're 3 games in, so Smalling probably is the match fit now. So it's interesting to see going forward if he will stick with Bailly and Blind, because at the moment, you can't really justify this. It's the same with Fellaini. You can't justify dropping these players because they've played well, and I think Bailly and Blind have been brilliant so far. Yeah. You know what? I mean, Connor's there, and I'm sure he's doing it to try and wind me up, because I'm being really positive today. I've got no issue with that starting 11. I've got no issue with the bench. There's nothing to argue about. We're winning. We'll win today. I think long term, I would like to see other players coming in, but you can't argue it, because you know what? What if he had picked Smalling today? What if he had dropped Fellaini today for Schneiderlin? What if he had played Mkhitaryan on the right and we lost? It'd be, panned quite rightly by a lot of you lot. So picking a winning team, I don't have a massive problem with it. Southampton did have a lot of chances against us last week, but we won the game by 2 clear goals, like we won the game against Bournemouth by 2 clear goals. The team is a winning team. Why change it? Blind is playing fantastic football. Fellaini's doing a good job. I don't think Matt has set the world on fire. I think that's the one that a lot of fans this last couple of weeks have been saying, why aren't we playing this star signing that we've bought from the summer? Why aren't we playing him at right? He's a natural right midfielder, and Matt has not. Matt has been about 6 or 7 out of 10. He's not lighting the world apart on the right. I think a lot of us would like to see Matt playing at 10 and Mkhitaryan on the right. But no problems at all. We'll win today. I'm excited, and I think the great thing is we're getting back to what it was like to be in a proper United fan, where we're winning games, but we're having these conversations about why aren't they playing? Why aren't they on the bench? And Just to cut you off quick, but a lot of people, we were saying on the show before, like, oh, who do you reckon is going to be like our player of the season and stuff? And a lot of people were saying, oh, he'll go under the radar, but Mkhitarayan will be player of the season over the likes of the big names like Zlatan and Pogba. And I think it's a huge surprise for everyone that he's just not getting a start. And I just don't even understand. Like, even in the Community Shield, he came on for the last 3 minutes. And I think even that was only just because of his height.
He looked good in the last few minutes against Southampton, to be fair. Josie might be easing him into the team, but I do agree with what you're saying there, Alex, because he is the consistent one. He is the one who gets a lot of assists, etc. So, but, the longer it takes, he will come in the team eventually. We just, how long's a piece of string, really? Please, while you're watching, drop us a like on the video. We like to try and hit 1,000 likes on the live stream as soon as possible, so do drop us a like. And please keep sharing it on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and everything like that. Let's try and get the numbers up. I don't know whether there's any other watch-alongs today, but we know that we are the best because we've got all you lot on the live comments, so keep getting involved. And let's do a little bit of a fancy football update because there's a goal. Bloody hell, Sunderland were winning. Sunderland were winning against Southampton. Apparently Fonte made another mistake, so it wasn't just nerves at Old Trafford. But it's 1-1 now. Arsenal are still winning 3-1. Leicester 2-1. That's terrible. I've got Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Everton 1-0. Palace.
Schmeichel, you don't have to worry about Schmeichel because I heard the bad news that in the 59th minute, 60 seconds off, he would have got a clean sheet. But he went off injured in the 59th minute, so that's my 6th injury on FPL this season already in 3 game weeks. I'm averaging 2 injuries a week. It's absolute piss take. But yeah, Schmeichel's off injured.
All right, okay. Crystal Palace are losing to Bournemouth. Chelsea been 2-0 up since half time, so they're comfortably going to get 3 points. That's 9 for them. Keep your eye on Chelsea. Everyone's sort of being quiet about them, and it was Alex. I don't think they can win the league, but Alex has been saying keep an eye on them. Interesting.
I was going to say, it worries me with Chelsea because they didn't deserve to win either of their first 2 games because Costa scored the winning goal in both of them and he should have been sent off in both of them. But they keep winning, and obviously if you look on paper, that City and United squad, I think, are both vastly superior. But with all the travelling and everything from Champions League and Europa League, and Chelsea have it clear, it can happen. And if Hazard actually turns up this season, then they can be a threat. But I think when they go against the big teams, that their defence is so bad and so old, with like JT Ivanovic, Cahill. I know Aspie's in his 20s, but the rest of them are all in their 30s. It's such an old, ancient team that I think the big teams will put them away, but I do worry.
Yeah, I did predict on my follow at Mark Goldbridge on Twitter. I did say about a week ago, I think the 2 people who will be sacked, and I got this right last year. What can't speak, can't lie. I said it around August time last year that Jose will be sacked this season and Rodgers will be gone by Christmas. I got that right. Rodgers was probably obvious, but Mourinho was the champion at the time and he did get sacked. My 2 tips this year, by Christmas, Pardew and Moyes, which actually with them losing today it doesn't look that great, but I did say it a week ago about Pardew. Doesn't seem to be able to buy a result, and they had an awful record apart from the FA Cup last year. So they're losing 1-0 to Bournemouth, who I thought were crap when we played them, but there you go. Where's my live comments gone? Let's see what you're saying. Where the hell is Carrick? Yeah, good point. Who said that? Safami Dan. I mean, we could talk all day. I think Jose himself has said he can't wait for the Europa League or the League Cup to kick in so he can start playing some of the fringe players. He can only put so many people on the bench. We're playing 1 game a week at the moment. We haven't got any suspensions. We haven't got any injuries. He's not changing his first team. And the people on the bench don't deserve to be taken off the bench because they're not doing anything wrong. So, Carrick, I don't want to talk about Schweinsteiger anymore because I'd like him to stay. But when we signed him last year, I was asked a very good question because I love Carrick, and it was like, who do you prefer, Carrick or Schweinsteiger? And I said Schweinsteiger because he's better than Carrick. And I said last night on the live stream, what if it's a choice between Carrick and Schweinsteiger, which I think it is, I would have got rid of Carrick. He's 3 years older. He's on the decline, and I think we're keeping him because he's a big character around the dressing room, and he's got a testimonial to come. But I personally would have kept Schweinsteiger because he's a better player, he's a leader, and you can't use the injury argument because Carrick gets injured as much as Schweinsteiger anyway. So I would have gone with that. But Carrick obviously isn't even part of the plans anyway at the moment. So I think Fellaini's shocking us all. Fortune Forcefield, at this rate, Fellaini will become captain. Alex, one of the questions Mohammed Quaid has just asked there, do you think there will be any more signings? I don't think you do you?
No, I thought maybe we would have bought Fonte in, but now since Jose's press conference saying that there won't be anything big happening, and like all the rumours about Fonte seems to have died down, then I don't think we will bring anyone in it. Like a lot of people were thinking about that we'd get rid of Rojo, we'd get rid of Phil Jones and everything, and none of that seems to be happening. There was that rumour in the paper that Arsenal tried to buy Phil Jones off us and Jose just refuses to sell to Wenger, which it just baffles me. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that he refuses to sell to Wenger because he's sold to rivals in the past, but he just despises Wenger. But I don't get why we wouldn't want to get Jones like off our wage bill, because we need to cut down our wage bill as it is, especially if Schweinsteiger's on like 200,000 a week and not even going to play. But he just seems to be happy with the squad as it is, and I don't know. I thought there'd be a lot more outgoings than there has been.
Yeah, I was talking about that before you came on air, actually, that I really will be surprised if we keep Rojo and Jones. But I think there was something about 10 days ago that I was told, and I think it was pretty much put out in the public, but some people might not have seen it, that Jose had authorised Fonte to be signed, but he wasn't his first choice centre-back, but he was happy to go and get him. That doesn't seem to be happening, and you just wonder that he obviously can't get hold of a centre-back that he wants. So he's going to have to put up with what he's got, and hopefully we won't get any injuries, because I'm happy with Blind, Bailly and Smalling, but if a couple of those got injured, I would be very, very, very concerned about the likes of Rojo especially and Jones getting anywhere near the team. I think, I know you shouldn't sell to a rival ever, but selling Phil Jones to Arsenal, I think we'd be doing them more harm than good, to be honest. So I wouldn't have been that bothered about that. But people say that's being disloyal and you should always back your players, but I don't think it is really. I think it's all about opinion, isn't it? Just because somebody's in a Manchester United squad doesn't mean that you can't be critical of them. And Phil Jones, for me, I think I said this. I'll throw this to you, Alex. Actually, I said this a couple of nights ago. I said if I was Phil Jones, I would be off to Stoke, because you would be a first team player. You're young enough to turn your season around, and I admire your insistence and desire and passion that you want to prove yourself at Manchester United. But to be blunt with you, Phil, your fourth choice, you're not good enough. You're never going to be a first choice centre back at Manchester United. The way to build your career again is to go to a club like Stoke and build it up again, because you're never going to get a chance at Manchester United because you've made too many mistakes and you're not good enough. You need to play. I said this about Smalling 18 months ago because he was getting a lot of injuries, and we said it both about Jones and Smalling got it right. You've got to stop getting these niggling injuries after 3 or 4 games that keep you out for a couple of months, then you come back, then you're out for a couple of months. You've got to play consistently well for a season, and Smalling did that. But I just don't think Jones can do it, and I don't think we can afford to take that chance on him anyway.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like the main problem with Jones was never really his ability. I mean, he has been a bit of a calamity in the past, but it's always been his ability to stay fit, which was, to be fair, like you just said, it was Smalling's problem as well. But Smalling's turned that around. Like, I don't even remember a time he got injured last season. He must have done it for like 1 or 2 weeks, but he was never out long term. Which with Jones, it just seems to be a recurring problem. Like last season, didn't he have like blood clots and was out for like 8 months or something ridiculous? And it's like, with this team, we have Bailly, Smalling, Blind, that are both so far, all 3 of them are so far up the totem pole that you need to rely on 2 people getting injured for him to just have a chance of getting into the team. And that just depends as well whether Jose wants to play Rojo at centre-back over Jones, but I think it would be Jones. But even so, it's like you just need like such a exasperating circumstances for it to happen. But in terms of him going to Stoke, like, it just depends like what his motives are, because it's the same with Schweinsteiger. Like, if you're sitting there, I know Jones isn't on this much, but Schweinsteiger's on like 200 grand a week. It's like you're going to be offered by Stoke like a lot less money to go there. So it's whether
apparently he's only on 50 grand a week.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I thought he was on 100, but I mean that might not be right. I was looking at something in the week about what wages people are on, and I think Bailly's on 70 grand a week, and
on 370, he's a king.
Who's that? Bailly.
Hey, I love him.
Yeah, but Jones is on 50 grand a week. And I am listening, Dammy, because I heard that comment and then I butted in with some stats, as I always am listening. So I was keeping an eye on the scores. Chelsea are 3-0 up now. Palace have got a goal back. Pardew saved his job, but we must be moving in towards full time. I tell you what, it's another win for Everton, and he's doing a decent job there, old Koeman. But I've got you for a few more minutes, Alex, because I'm probably going to get Fan TV on, hopefully, at 5 o'clock. But I didn't ask you about your score predictions. What are you thinking?
Seeing other teams' scores is just starting to make me really nervous. Going into the game, I was saying 2-1, and I'll still probably stick with 2-1 United. But I am getting a bit worried about the game, just purely because I think Chelsea have been like crap all season. Yeah, I haven't seen them today, but they were crap in the first 2 games, and yet they're now 3 wins out of 3. So I know it's only 3 games in, but we have to win today because City, chances are, home to West Ham, they're going to win. And we can't afford at this early in the season, before all the European football, before Capital One Cup and everything kicks off, to be falling behind. And I think that we definitely do have a squad capable of winning the league, but we can't afford to do like last season and slip up in these so-called easy games. So I'm going to go with 2-1. And I don't think it will be as easy as a lot of people think it is. That people like saying like 4-0 and 3-0 and stuff. I don't think it's going to be that easy, considering they've won 2 games already.
CR7AIG says, what's happened to the stream? I think it's working fine and perfectly, so I don't know what's going on with you there. But you make a good point, Alex. Chelsea have obviously won again. It's a good 3 points for them again. They're up there, so we'll win today. I think if we don't win this game today, there's got to be serious questions asked, because as good as Hull's start to the season has been, this is where there's no real. To be honest, I think this is the brilliance of Jose, because in a very short period of time, if we had Van Gaal in charge, the only difference is Jose, Zlatan, and Pogba and Bailly. If this was Van Gaal last year, we'd be going, I hope we win. Whereas a very few short months later, we're going, if we don't win this, it's 3 points dropped. You know, maybe it's unfair in some sense, but in another sense, it is. It just shows you we're getting back quickly to where we should be. So we will win.
Did you just quickly, did you mention during the show that thing that I was linking to you in the chat earlier, that Man United's official page put out like during the week, that if Zlatan scores today, he's only the 2nd player ever to score in their first 4 competitive, because they include the Community Shield, player to do it, and the only other player to do it was from someone from the 1920s. So basically the first player in nearly 100 years to break this. So people, all these doubters saying that Zlatan couldn't cut it in the Premier League and everything, if he scores today, that's just a massive middle finger to everyone that doubted him.
Well, as I repeat, because I like to be right, when we had the Euros on, I was doing the old Zlatan reactions after every Sweden game, and there were United fans coming on saying, oh, he's not worth it, he's past it, this, that and the other. And I said, you know what, I could watch Zlatan play for, Wolverhampton Wanderers. He is an enigma, and he's a fantastic player. And throughout his whole career, which is touching 15 years now, he's always scored a goal every other game. He's doing better than that at the moment. He was never going to fail. What would make him fail is if we don't provide him with the chances. And good on Valencia, he's putting in them little dinky crosses, and he's taking the penalties as well. I feel like he's going to score every game at the moment. I think he'll score again today, and then I tell you what, the countdown for the City derby is just going to be immense, because I think we both will have 9 points, and maybe I don't know what Chelsea's next game is after that. They've had a fairly decent start to the season, but I'm not surprised by Zlatan. I expect him to score today. I would watch him in a team of rubbish. So to have him playing with the likes of Pogba, I think it's just a joy to watch Manchester United after what we've had for the last 2 years. But anybody who doubted him surprises me so much. But I was saying before, Alex, that Pogba, very quickly, I almost sometimes feel guilty because I forget that we've got him. And then I find myself just having a massive smile that he's going to be playing. Because I said, Rooney could be crap today, Mata could be ineffective, Fellaini could have a bad game. I still think we'll win because we've got Pogba, Martial and Zlatan.
It's amazing. Like you said earlier on in the show, like even if the likes of Martial, Rooney, etc. don't perform, you just rely on those two, Pogba and Zlatan, to just carry the whole team on their back. And they have been doing it. Like Pogba last game just impressed me so much. He came third in the whole game of distance covered when he hadn't played a single game since the European Cup final. Came first in the whole weekend in the entire Premier League for take-ons completed. He was just an absolute joy to watch. He was absolutely brilliant, and that was him nowhere near to 100%. So I think Henry was talking about, you can get second game syndrome after playing so well in the first game. Obviously, he hasn't had a pre-season and everything, so he might not be as fit today. But I just think he looked. I know Zlatan got man in the match and everything, but I just thought in terms of ability, Pogba just looked a different class to everyone else. And I saw the highlights of all his touches today. Man United put a video out, and some of the back heels and flicks and stuff he was doing were just absolutely incredible. And I think in any game this season, if he turns up and plays to his potential, it's a sure win, and that includes going against City, Chelsea, anyone. Because I think from a technical standpoint, he's so much better than any midfielder in this entire league that he can just win games on his own. He's a little bit like prime Yaya Toure, Yaya Toure at City a few years ago when he was absolutely brilliant. And I think he's going to be an absolutely massive player for us this season. I said it earlier and I still stick by it. I actually do have a money bet on it that he's going to win Player of the Year this season.
Who, Martial?
No, Pogba.
He was 70% fit last week and he was unbelievable. I said this to somebody the other day at work. I said, you know what? I know he's at Manchester United and that's fantastic, but I probably would watch him if he was playing for Chelsea because he is a fantastic player to watch and we are so lucky to have him at our club. A fantastic player. And I just love, I sort of had that argument with Neil Custis from The Sun on Twitter the other day because he was like, who in the media has said that we want him to play number 10? And I said Ian Wright, who works for The Sun, and he sort of wound his neck in a bit. But he's not a number 10. He has to play as a box-to-box midfielder because it's them driving midfield runs that he has. And that's what separates him. That's where he's got to play. He's not a defensive midfielder. What's his face? Deschamps got that totally wrong. There we go. But Alex, I think it's going to pop off now because he's off down the pub. He's predicted a United win. He's got Aguero as your captain in Fantasy Premier League.
Yeah, Aguero is my captain in Fantasy Premier League. And just quickly to Jamie trolling, I have Martial on the back of my shirt, but it's number 9 because I got it before they changed his number. So another cursed shirt. But yeah, thanks for coming on, and let's hope next time I'm on the show that it's after a win. So come on, guys.
Are you on Sunday or not?
Yeah. I was going to message you after about it, but yeah, I should be.
All right. Speak to you later, Alex. Thanks for coming on.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. Martial will come good, 100%. He would definitely come good. I've got no doubt about that. I found it amazing. I was talking about it this week that some people are a little bit concerned about it. I think no chance. Let me just send a message to somebody. Fan TV want to do a Skype in at 5:30. Got no chance because the game kicks off at 5:30. We're not doing 5:30. You can forget that. It's the United Stand stream, and we will not be doing things when there's a game on. There we go. Who is our left back if Shaw gets injured or needs to be rested? Good point, says Mahashareen. I would say it is going to be Rojo, unfortunately. Score prediction, I said 3-1. Will there be live streaming of the game, says Sebastian? No, this is a watch along for the United Stand. We cannot show you the live game. We'd love to do that, but what we do is update the scores. We have a timer running. We're talking about the game, and it's a watch along. So mute whatever way you're watching it and get involved with the people on the live comments there, which is great. So do drop us a like. It's nice to get over 1,000 people liking the video whilst we're live, and also subscribe to the United Stand if you've stumbled across us new. I know some of you do when it's a watch along. We are live pretty much every evening. We are the United Stand, the Manchester United fan channel, all about the fans. Say it how it is. Get involved. That's why we have the live comments and everything like that. I'm just going to check. Final results are all in. Arsenal won, unfortunately. Southampton drew with Sunderland. Shocking. Leicester beat Swansea 2-1. I did predict that. Everton beat Stoke. Crystal Palace drew with Bournemouth 1-1. Chelsea 3-0. And Scousers should have beat Spurs, but they drew. Ha ha ha! So we're live at 5:30 for half an hour to go. And then we'll be on. Just a message there from Zara, who's working at Manchester United today. So good on her. Right, let's take some of your comments. Fante give away the penalty. He did. That's from Bayo Adelki. Crap again, apparently, from Fonte. Don't want him at Manchester United. So that's as simple as that. What's the team? If you have a look below me, there's a little scroller thing. Obviously, we probably need to flash it up. That is the confirmed team and the subs. Dominic King says, can I Skype in and give you a question? No, because I've got somebody coming in a minute. The MUN Champion shoe size mark. No, I'm a 9. Score's going to be 3-0 Man United. Martial will score. I'd be happy with 3-0 because I've got Luke Shaw in my fantasy Premier League team. But I will go 3-1. Chelsea top of the league, says Winds of Winter 280. I like that name. Pogba. Bye Mark. Having a shower, says Ewan MacGyver. Nice to know. Depay needs to go, says United Man. When does the match begin? 25 minutes. Bring back Anna, says Jesse Pinkman. Well done, Jesse. That's very good evidence that you've been with us a long time. If you can remember Anna, who knows where she is? Mickey should start, says Meta official. United fans hated Mourinho while he was at Chelsea, says King Hassie. It's called rivalry. It's called rivalry, mate. We're not gonna, I don't like Conte. He's managing another club. It's called rivalry. When Van Persie was at Arsenal, we weren't all there licking his arse. It's called rivalry. Fonte just signed a new contract for Southampton, thank God, says Joseph. Yes, that's good news. Mark, when do you think Mickey will be started? Maybe get more game time today. It's a good point. That came in from Rob Webb. I was talking about this a while ago. I think at the end of the day, that's a nice popular one for football. When it comes to when Mkhitarayan will play and the game today, let's foresee a scenario. Hull are not going to batter us and be 3-0 up at half time. If we have a bad first half because Rooney's playing crap or Mata's doing nothing on the right, you bring Mkhitarayan on, you bring Rashford on. We've got a good bench. I think at the moment nobody's really doing enough wrong to be dropped. I personally would, but that's because Mkhitaryan's a better right midfielder. That's why I would do it. But we're winning games. We're winning games convincingly. The stats last week sort of masked the fact that Southampton could have been more clinical, but they weren't. We won it well. So him not changing the team, you can't really argue with it. I think long term, you look at a few positions in the team and you think, I'd like that to improve. The one is Mata. I would like Mata not to be in the team, simply because I would rather we had a right midfielder who was a right midfielder, if that makes any sense. But he's not doing anything wrong. I still think we'll win the game, and because we're winning, it makes it quite difficult for us to bring anybody out. Hopefully we're going to get a Skype guest in a moment, and hopefully it will be Fan TV, which I am on Tuesday night, live, actually in the studio in London, Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So watch that. But hopefully they will join us for a little bit of a chat. In fact, we might have them now.
Are we going to see him struggling down?
Okay, Mark, we're going to come to you in about 30 seconds, mate. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm live at the moment anyway, so hopefully we'll be going live with Fan TV in about 30 seconds for everybody who's watching. I can see. I don't know who's on it. I think Kiri is the presenter. But why is Rooney captain, says Milan. Good point. Don't really know. But hopefully we're going to go live with them in a moment.
It's like West Ham fans, they're always trying to banter.
Mark, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, yeah.
Okay, mate, we're coming to you in 10 seconds. Just be ready.
Okay,
Okay,
lad,
as if by magic, there is another man on my screen. So I've got Mark Goldbridge, and you are...
Hello?
You know, I can see that. Hello. This is very, very fresh, and I like this. So tell us what you think. Preview the game for me. What's going on?
Well, we've had the team news coming in, which is the same team as we had against Bournemouth and Southampton. We're obviously live on the United Stand at the moment with our comments section going up. A few people not happy that Mkhitaryan's not starting. However, I think it's a winning team. It's a convincing winning team. I think long term we want to see the likes of Mkhitaryan coming in, but can't complain about no changes to a winning team.
Now, how come the fans really want to see him come in, but Mourinho is very happy to give him time? Why are you so desperate to see him come in so early on?
I think because out of all our signings, Mkhitarayan stands out as the Mr. Consistent. He gets a lot of assists, he gets a lot of goals. Did really well at Dortmund last year. He is a big signing, maybe not as big as Pogba or Zlatan, and I think people expected him to be playing on the right side of midfield rather than Mata, who even under the days of Van Gaal wasn't really a right midfielder. So I think there's a bit of confusion from fans, but the reality is we're winning games, as I said, and if he changed the winning team and we lost today, then I think a few people would be moaning about that as well.
No, I think that's the thing. Mourinho was speaking earlier this week in a press conference saying no matter what team I put out, you guys are going to always criticise. And that's the thing, whether it's Mata, whether it's whoever he's not putting in. United fans are still always going to give him a bit of stick. Yeah,
well, he did say yesterday as well that in relation to Mkhitaryan, he's in no rush to introduce him into the team yet. Called him a super player. Also mentioned Marcus Rashford, another player Manchester United fans, some United fans are getting a bit impatient about. But as Jose said, this is a player who is my second striker behind one of the best strikers in the world. It's not a bad position to be in.
Now, he was a superstar of last season, and then we've seen him. He's not at. He's been dropped from the England squad. Mourinho is still giving him that encouragement. But do you think we're still going to see such a good season from him?
I think the wonder of Rashford is he can play anywhere, whether it's right side, left side or up front. I think he was our best player for England, even though he only had a 5-minute cameo. I'm surprised he's not part of that squad, but that's Sam Allardyce. I don't think he should be manager anyway. But in relation to Manchester United, I think he will get more games. We're only playing one game a week at the moment. After the international break, you've got Europa League, League Cup, league games thick and fast, and I think we'll see more of the fringe players getting involved. It's hard to get on the United bench at the moment.
It is indeed. What are your thoughts on Pogba? Are you excited? Are you excited to watch his season unfold?
Funnily, I was just saying to Alex, who was our guest before, that I sometimes think in relation to Pogba, I forget that we've got him, as bad as that sounds, and it brings a smile to my face because even if he'd gone
I just have to stop you. We can't see these comments, can we? Because if we can, I do apologise for anything that you're seeing on your screens. Okay, good. Your little comments box is cheeky.
All right, okay, sorry, I should have turned that off. In fact, I can turn that off while we're on here, that's fine. The wonders of live TV. But yeah, in relation to Pogba...
Wow. Anyway, back to Pogba.
Yeah, back to Pogba. Yeah, he's the sort of player that, even if he'd gone to Chelsea, I don't support Chelsea, obviously, I would have been interested and excited to watch him. I think he is that sort of player, and fantastic signing for United. Obviously cost a lot of money, but just a joy to watch. And I think with players like that in your team, it doesn't really matter what the likes of Rooney do, because I think Zlatan and Pogba can sort of carry them sort of players. They're that good.
Okay, talk to me about Rooney, because realistically, Mourinho is probably not going to tolerate him that much longer, I don't think. Do you think it's going to be sort of another Joe Hart situation where it's a bit sad, he's going to be phased out? He is Man United through and through. What are your thoughts on him and the fact that likelihood he's going to be phased out?
I personally, I think the opposite. I think I personally probably would phase him out like Joe Hart, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's been given massive opportunities under the previous manager, and I think Jose is doing the same again. I mean, let's remember he is the captain of the club. I think that's debatable. I don't think his form's good enough for the. I mean, people say it's critical of Rooney. I'm only being critical of him because I know how good he is, and he's not been that player for 2 years now. I don't think he'll get phased out. I think he'll continue to be picked. I think he'll break the goals record. I hope
that's the thing. I just think he's going to get the goals record, and then I think I don't know. I think that's his time. That's sort of the limit.
Yeah, I agree. I think hopefully this will be his last season. He'll break the record. He's done everything he needs to do, and then, like everything in life, especially in football, you evolve, and somebody else comes in.
Okay, well, listen, Hull City have had an incredible start to the season, and even as a Manchester United fan, there's a little bit of you that's pretty impressed with what's been going on with them. Do you think they're going to provide much of a tough for you guys? Is it going to be a tough game?
I think they've done fantastically well. Mickey Phelan, obviously, and his shorts. Hopefully, they'll be making another appearance today on the touchline. But I think they've had a fantastic start. But when you look at the two teams, it's not arrogant to say that any top four side should be beating Hull, whether it's home or away. I think if they got a draw today, it'd be great. We'll probably go and lose now, but I just can't see it. I think there's too much quality. And I think Hull have got massive problems, such a small squad. I think even their bench has got a few youth players on it. But
Their
after
bench,
today,
their
wish
bench
them
has
well.
hardly got anyone on it. They've only got 14 players.
Yeah, so it's a massive ask for them, and I don't expect them to do anything today.
Well, we'll see indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. That is Ollie from the United Stand. Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
not Ollie, was it? Mark, thank you.
Thanks,
I
Ollie.
like that.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks very much, mate.
No worries. Okay.
That was all very.
Okay, we're back with United Stand. Very odd, but we're back with United Stand. Getting me the live comments back up. Totally forgot about that. Slightly unprofessional, I suppose. But this is the wonder of the internet. This is the sort of thing that you can do. So we went live to a studio there, and we had we went live with Fan TV, which was great. Back with the live comments. Hopefully, going to get Callum on, and we are very close to kick off. 15 minutes away. Well, I'll tell you what I like, and I'll tell you what I think we deserve a like from the great viewing public of the United Stand, is that we have the team news flashing up for you, don't we? We have that team news flashing up, and it makes it so much easier because I don't have to concern myself about reading the team out. It's an unchanged team anyway, as we know. But as I was saying on Fan TV there, we will win this game. We will beat Hull, and hopefully... Callum, can you hear me? Don't know whether he can. Can you hear me, Callum? Trying to get Callum on at the moment. Let me go somewhere else. Live comments. So yeah, does this channel show the match? No, it doesn't. What did you all think about the Fan TV thing there? I thought it worked quite well. Memphis, everybody going mad about Memphis, so he gets to speak about Elliot Wildworth. We were talking about Memphis, but I think Daley Blind put it well, didn't he? That he didn't play, he's not been playing that well, he needs to force himself back in. Callum, if you can hear me, let me know. I can't hear you. Why is Matt a right midfielder, says Dan. But on the point of Memphis, he needs to do better, doesn't he? He needs to force his way in. He was on the bench. He's not on the bench now. Ashley Young's on the bench, so that suggests to me that in training, Ashley Young's doing a better job than him. But I think we win today. The international breaks happens, and I'm Ollie Goldbridge, apparently. Yes, Craig. The break happens, and then we get more games. It's going to be fast fire. You know, we're doing a watch along. United are playing once every week, and it's exciting. But we will go beyond that very soon. And I can hear you now, Callum, but I'm also getting my reverb as well.
It's putting my headphones.
Okay, no worries.
Let's turn my camera. I'll turn it back on.
I think Marshall will be man of the match, says MSTR Helm. Why is Ollie not in the starting lineup? Wow, this is one busy chat. It is. Luke Gallagher, do you need to be put into a timeout, I think? Let me just do that. Right, I can hear you now, Callum, so I can put you back up on the screen if you want. Can you hear me, or are you struggling?
No, I can hear you fine.
Okay, cool. Right, Callum, what was your... all the way from Australia, you might remember Callum anyway, because Dan's away this week, so he can't do the watch along with me. So Callum has kindly stepped in, and I will sort out his screen as well at the moment because he's quite small. But over in Australia, how's it going at the moment?
It's a bit hectic as soon as I got here. Went to Indonesia for a couple of weeks, sort of chill everything out. The football, obviously, got that up here. It's good seeing every game, even though Optus have got like a problem where every game's behind, which is kind of annoying. But, you know, it's great to have football and great to be in Australia, I guess. So I'm just looking forward to being back, talking football and having fun, I guess.
Cool. Team selection. I mean, I've got to ask you about that. Any issues with that team? Yeah, you know, I think Alex was a bit disappointed about Mkhitarayan, as I was, but I can totally understand you can't change a winning team.
Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, that's the phrase. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, you know, it's the team that's won 2 games in a row convincingly. They look absolutely solid. So why change it? I know Mkhitarayan should be coming in. I want to see him play, of course. But, you know, Matt has started the season so well, you can't really drop him. And Mourinho has to give an excuse to drop Matt. So it's Mkhitarayan needs to perform, I guess. But Matt is the one stepping in a minute, I guess. He
is. And your score prediction?
Comfortable 3-0. I mean, I don't think I've ever come into a season feeling so confident about Man United. It's such a warming feeling to feel confident going into every game. 3-0. I reckon Zlatan's going to score. I think Pogba's going to get on the score sheet today, and probably Rooney will drop in with one as well.
I've just heard that De Gea is injured. I don't know whether anybody knows anything about that. Is it true? Is there anything in that? Let's have a look. Could be a wind up on the live comments box. It does happen, unfortunately. But that would make me feel slightly nervous. Can't see anything about it. Must be a load of rubbish.
No, nothing either on my side.
No, that's cool. All the scores are in, so we don't need to worry about that. Forest beat Leeds 3-1. I should be really happy because I'm a Forest fan, apparently. But I'm happy if anybody beats Leeds, so that's good. A lot of people going 3-0 and 4-0. I went 3-1. Just shows that Hull, I don't think we're disrespecting them. I just don't think that their squad is anywhere near as good as ours. But away from home, anything can happen. I remember previous seasons, newly promoted teams. I specifically remember Burnley from years ago. I forget the name who scored it. But I'm excited to watch Manchester United, Callum, at the moment. I think that's the big thing. We maybe put a bit, we've got 6 points from 6. Another away game, we're saying we want another 3 points. Maybe it's a bit greedy because we've not had, getting 9 points from 9 points has not been that common over the last 3 years. But it just shows you how very quickly Jose is changing things around. And but most importantly, the signings of like Pogba and that, you want to watch United at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's so exciting. I mean, we've had 3 years of pain and hurt and just anger towards any manager that was coming, but now it feels like the good times are back. It feels like United are back on top. Performances are good. The goals, you've got the main striker scoring goals. It's just a good time. I feel like United are back where they belong. I feel like United are going to progress well. And, when we talk about being greedy and stuff like that, listen, we've had to deal with Van Gaal and Moyes drama for 3 years straight. Come on, man, let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy looking at the league title and saying, yeah, come on, let's go for that. That's what we need and that's what I want at United. I'm just happy that football's back, Premier League's back, Man United are back. It's just so exciting. It really is.
And we all deserve it. All of us deserve it. We all had a horrible time last year watching them, and we've had a fantastic summer. Maybe there might be a transfer this summer, who knows. But Rizal says, Indonesian United Army. I must just say, what time is it where you're watching, Callum? Because I think you're the first. We always give shout-outs to everybody who's watching all over the world. Callum actually is in Australia now. It's where he lives. And he's about to tell us what time it is where he's watching this.
The time is now about 12:15. I think I'm still on Indonesian time and Perth time are the same. So I'm literally in Australia, but I'm in the closest part to Australia. So the Western Australia will be 2 hours in front of Sydney, which is middle Australia. So I'm kind of lucky that it's not late, but it's late still. So 12:30 the game kicks off here.
In the morning?
Yes, in the morning.
Yeah, okay. Unbelievable. But there you go. That just shows how, I always say it, United isn't about Manchester fans, it's about the worldwide fans, and that's what makes Manchester United great. So I know a lot of you will be watching from all over the world. Please do drop us a like. We'd love to hit 1,000 likes while we're live on air. We've only got 484 at the moment. If you all hit that like button now, let's see if we can do it before kickoff. That'd be great. Also, please, there's a share thing underneath. Please share it on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. We're always trying to grow the United Stand Army, so subscribe to us. We do daily content on the YouTube channel. And also, what I always like to do in relation to the way the watch-alongs work, obviously it's 0-0 at the moment. Hopefully that will change in the Manchester United column very quickly. Zlatan will be scoring on the other side. I need to change that around. We'll have updates on the news panel as to, goals, how they were scored, etc. You're there with your live comments box. We've got a timer that will start as soon as the game starts, so you can sync in with us. We are on a live stream, so even though we are watching it live, you're probably getting it 10 to 20 seconds behind. So if you're watching it at home, what's the problem just to pause it and stick in with us? But my message to you, if you're going to watch the watch along with us, is always a tactical thing. I like to be looking at the live comments, reading out the things you're saying. The things I'm looking for today personally is, how's Mata going to do on the right midfield? He's playing in the place where Mkhitarayan, many people think should play. What's he going to do today? Well, for me, he needs to be getting crosses into the box. He needs to be letting Valencia overlap and feeding Valencia because he's the better crosser. Really want to see us, I've said this for the third game in a row now, really want to see us use the left side more. Rooney as a 10 always wants to play the ball out to Valencia, and it's his Hollywood pass, but we need to use the left side. It's a better balanced side with Shaw and Martial. I want to see that more. and obviously I'm going to be watching Pogba. But I think Fellaini as the defensive midfielder is very important. You know, in the days of Carrick, that position would sort of dictate the team, taking the ball off the back four, playing 30-yard passes along the ground. Fellaini can't really do that, so he's got to do the things that he's strong at. He's got to win the ball in the air to protect the back four, not letting the ball go into the channels. He's got to win the tackles, and he's got to get the hold of the ball and play the simple pass, whether it's to Pogba, Rooney, Mata or Martial. So they're the positions I'm looking at. Let us know in the game what you're thinking, who you think's performing well, and we will shout it out and interact with you. But Callum, what for you, where's this game going to be won and lost? I don't know a lot about Hull, if I'm honest.
I know they haven't got a team. I'm telling you that. I don't think they've really got a solid bench. I think they've probably got trialists or something like that. I know they're struggling for a team, but they've got 2 wins this season, which I'm credit to them. I gave them credit before. It's incredible what they're doing to actually come off 6 points, having lost their manager, having hardly any team. But we're Man United. We just need to steamroll them, just show them who's boss, sort of thing. I expect Fellaini to sit in that defensive midfield role again today. Hopefully he'll have another good game alongside Pogba. I think them two work well together. We know Jose Mourinho loves a physical player, so them two are brilliant together. Yeah, I don't know. I give Hull all the credit they deserve, but we just need to steamroll them. I think the game will go very comfortably. I think Hull will probably sit back and look for a counter or something like that, but we're going to be sitting back as well, playing that 2-4 and then counter-attack. So I think that's still a Jose Mourinho style. I think we're going to go at them. I think it will be 1 in the first half, and the second half will just be a cruise control sort of thing. I'm just looking forward to the game. I can't wait. I mean, it just feels so exciting. I know.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to start. I mean, very quickly, we're only 5 minutes from the start. In relation to Rashford, I'm totally relaxed about Rashford. I think Jose came out yesterday and said that he will be playing. It's just that at the moment, Zlatan's the best player in the world. There's not many opportunities. There's not many other games for him to be playing in. You got any concerns about Rashford, especially inside? I mean, not in the England team. I think he totally deserves to be in the England team, especially when you look at Sturridge, who'll be part of the England squad, and he's not even playing for Liverpool either.
No, exactly. I think that's a joke. It's an absolute disgrace. Sturridge is poor. He's been poor this season. Rashford was like probably one of the best England players at Euro 2016. You know what I mean? Why are you dropping him for? It's just stupid. You know what I mean? And I get Jose Mourinho's dropping him, but because Zlatan's on brilliant form at the minute. But I mean, come on. Like, Rashford at least deserves a chance. He showed in pre-season. He showed last season. He showed in the Euros. Rashford is good enough to be in this Man United team. But Zlatan Ibrahimovic does. How can you say take him off after the 2 games that he's played so far? I definitely think Rashford needs a future. I really don't want him to slip away like Januzaj did. I really don't want him to slip away like we saw Pereira did after pre-season. We can't be having that. Just need to have him in a team playing games. Sam Allardyce was never going to pick him. I mean, Sam Allardyce favoured players like Bloody, Jermaine Defoe, Andy Carroll and all like that. So it's like, come on, just give him a chance and let him show the world his talents, because I can't deal with another Januzaj situation where they look brilliant for a season and then they just get completely wiped off the face of the earth. So just give Rashford a chance. I mean, it should be a hashtag, something like that. Hashtag give Rashford a chance.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about Rashford is I would have expected him to have at least 10 minutes by now, because I think he'd be useful to have a bit of pace coming on. But at some point he will do. That's under no doubt about that. Do you tell? Hello guys, shut up. Okay, why no Mkhitarayan? He needs some playtime from London. I'm done with England, says Daniel Fordham. Please Tree get injured, says MSTR Hallam 899. I'm getting a bit of feedback from you, Callum. I don't know what's going on there for some reason.
I think it's pretty. Can you still hear it?
Not when you talk. It's gone now. It's fine. No, I'm still getting it. It's really weird. I don't know whether everybody else is getting it, but Mickey is better than Mata. Hi, he should sub Zlatan in the second half to get some minutes. What do you think the reason Mkhitaryan isn't starting? Is he not ready, or does Mourinho see him as a squad player? Troy Lydon. That's very interesting. I'm not too sure about that. Hopefully he doesn't see him as a squad player, because I want him to play him full time. for watching. Yeah, I can just. I don't know on the live comments if anybody can hear me as well. Richard Holland says we're better. Yeah. You've just reminded me something perfectly. Well done, Richard Holland. What will happen is, if I can find it, where is it? How far behind do you think you'll be for the match, Callum? Then we don't know till we start, do we?
No, but I've really got a problem with this Optus. Because Australia have Optus, they've paid like $1 billion off Fox because they're being cheap. And I mean, the 3 o'clock kickoffs were at least a minute behind, 30 seconds behind. It's so aggravating, I swear to God. Like when you're trying to watch the game, but you're on Twitter as well, and you see like, oh, it's a goal, and you're like, wait, what? It's so aggravating. I'll tell you that now. But credit to him for having every single game. It keeps me more involved in football, but it is very, very annoying. I'll tell you that.
Okay, people should be able to see it on the live comments there. That's when the game kicks off, which will be very, very soon. So if you are going to mute your commentary of the game on a stream or anything like that, I would suggest that you do that because it's better to enjoy it with us and the live comments. The game hasn't started yet. I'm just showing you how it works. And as soon as our coverage starts, I will kick that off. So you can just pause yours and watch as we look at Zlatan there. What I would say, Callum, is if we are way ahead of you, if you want to just pop off and come back on at half time because it's frustrating being so behind, don't worry, you can do that. I'm sure I can get through 45 minutes. I've done it before. It's just doing the whole lot is a pain in the backside. So if you want to do that, that's fine. I appreciate that you might be far behind and it can get frustrating. But we are almost about ready to go. Looking forward to it. Callum's gone 3-0. I've gone 3-1. Again, I hope he's right because it'd be great if we don't concede. But we're very, very close to kick-off. We are about to kick off, in fact.
Well, I do think I'm about 30 seconds.
It's kicked off here, so we're off.
I'll shout at you when I've kicked off. Just God hope it's not wrong.
I'm in a rubbish position, actually. Show that. Okay, we're up and running. Thank God for that. So what I'm looking for from the live comments as per usual, give us your thoughts on the tactical things in the first few minutes. What do you think's working well? What isn't working well? Who's performing well? Who's not? I mean, there is no, as I look at the pitch there, and Martial already is getting a bit of space down the left, which is what we want to see him on the ball. He's so fast. He's lost the ball there. But there is no tactical difference in relation to the team. Everybody's pretty much playing as we would have expected. Rooney 10, Zlatan up front. Apart from Matters playing centre-back. That's really weird. No, it's not really. He's playing on the right midfield. Fellaini in front of the defence as a defensive midfielder. And obviously Blind, Bailly, Valencia and Shaw. And Pogba already taking up that box-to-box position. So, no surprises there. Lots of ball from United. And already Fellaini just doing what we want him to do. Get hold of the ball, play the simple pass to the better players. Break up the play and play the simple pass. And I can't see him being dropped. Have you started in Australia yet, Callum?
Yeah, I'm about a minute in, about a minute 10 in. So. All
right, so you're about 30 seconds behind. And like I said, if it gets annoying, just pop off. Right. But we've got a good opportunity here. Valencia, cross comes in. Zlatan, just so, I nearly said ambidextrous, but agile, because it went over his head, but he just did a back flick to kick it back in the box.
I mean, you can already see the control in the midfield is so much more, seems more complete in a way, if you get what I'm saying. I definitely feel like United, even with Fellaini in midfield, I mean, we certainly, I've slated Fellaini in the past. You very well known Fellaini hater, not Fellaini hater, but slater of Fellaini in the past. But I was thinking about it the other day. That's a part of this channel, I guess. I mean, will tell you when you're playing bad, and you'll be told when you're playing good in a way. So I think Fellaini's been one of the best standout players since the start of the season. I definitely think that he's got a future here if he can continue. And I put a tweet out a couple of days ago saying, like, you've got to give the man his respect. I mean, he's stayed and fought, unlike Angel Di Maria, who just ran from United when it got a little bit tough. So I definitely feel like Fellaini can be rejuvenated under Jose Mourinho. So massive credit to him in a way.
Maracalla in the comments section there just saying, what will you do if United lose? We won't lose. But picking up with what Callum said there, I mean, Pogba had a shot a couple of minutes ago from about 40 yards out and it all went along the floor. It was nothing from it, but just shows what he brings to the team. Because, you know, United over the last 3 years, we've just never been shooting from outside the box, which offers something. It makes defenders back off a bit. But on the point of Fellaini, you know what? If you surround players with better players, they become better players. You know, if Fellaini was playing in a midfield with Herrera and Carrick, then it would be very slow and very static. You put him in a midfield with Pogba and surround him with Martial, Zlatan, and he becomes a better player because all he's got to do is very simple things: break the ball up and feed them the ball. It's quite simple. So, you know, part of me sort of thinks that, for me, somebody said the other day, when you're going to do a video apologising about Fellaini, there will be no video because I still think he's got the limitations that he's always had. However, at the moment, he's doing a good job. He's just breaking the play up and he's playing a simple pass, and that's fine, and I'm happy with that. How long can he do that for? I think the jury's out, but to be honest, he could be there all season. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But I think that the issue with Fellaini will come, and I hope he proves me wrong, is when we play the better teams. Can he do the things he's been doing against Southampton and Bournemouth against the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs? And if he can do that, keep doing the simple things, keep breaking up the play, then it just allows the likes of Pogba and everybody else who's the talent in our side, the goal getting in our side, to do really well. One of the other things, I mean, he's just given a silly free kick away there, which, to be fair to Fellaini, I didn't think was a free kick. Skull Skaters just said Mark is Fellaini playing good. He was doing okay. He's just given a free kick on the edge of the box away. Probably was a free kick in fairness, but funny, as you watch his right leg come down, it's sort of like a frustrated stamp. No, it's not. Take that back. But that's one of the big things Fellaini, I think some people forget, is that he needs to... I always feel he's a red card waiting to happen because he's very petulant and aggressive. He can't do that. You know, you've been given a massive opportunity. He's taken the opportunity. He cannot go and throw it in Jose's face by throwing elbows. He's got to take that out of his game, because it'd be such a shame if he goes and gets sent off in the next few games. He's off for 3 games and, you know, probably loses his chance then. But free kick for Hull, into the wall. And Fellaini is strong, says Nicholas. Silly challenge by Fellaini. It was a silly challenge, but it was a dangerous area for Snodgrass. Tommy Herald it was. But we're doing all right. Decent start. And Mickey feeling not in his shorts is bothering me a little bit. But drop us a like. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes. Tell you what, if we do 1,000 likes, I'll apologise to Fellaini.
You guys to bring out the best. What I'm going to try and do.
It is. Sorry, Callum. It is raining in Hull. I don't know. Maybe it is raining in Holland. I don't know, but it is raining in Hull. And obviously that will make a big difference. But you know, again, Fellaini there, just getting hold of the ball, playing it nice and simple. I'm happy with that. That's what I want to see. I do want to see it. What we've got to do is try and get the ball out wide, and that you've got to get Valencia forward down the right hand side. Martial here feeds it into Rooney. If he's got a cut back to Mata there, just didn't get onto it quick enough.
One sec, I'm just going to do something on my laptop, please, so I can... Just one sec.
Hopefully Callum will be back in a minute. Why is this dude bouncing up and down on his chair? It's probably because I'm typing and no, take too long. Hercules, I don't because I won't. We want video of the match and know your face, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, it will be my face. I don't know whether you are Spanish, but we can't show a live match. If you're watching a live match on YouTube, then you're breaking the law. It's illegal. So this is a watch along. It's for those people who want to interact with fans whilst they're watching the game, as a lot of us do. You want to discuss the game with real Manchester United fans and not listen to ex-pros who've been paid a lot of money to big up their mates. That's what it's all about. Pogba there. But it's all United in what has been a battling first 10 minutes. But United are definitely the team on top, making the pressing. I just don't know what it is. I just have this confidence when I'm watching United now that we will be victorious. Better players, better attitude, winning mentality. Pogba's getting a lot of the ball, which is great to see. Just lost it there, but he already looks a bit quicker. I thought he was about 70% fit last week. He looks a bit, 10-15% improvement, which is good. Lynn Hall, there is a timer. It's probably just a little bit smaller. Maybe we should change that in future. And I do hope that Michael Barrett, I don't know, Clue Class, Madness incoming, how to watch. Pogba will score or get an assist. I haven't got him in my fantasy Premier League team. I've got bloody Mkhitarayan. No, I haven't. I've got Martial, I've got Zlatan and Shaw. The thing for me with Pogba is I think he will do really well. It's just whether from a fantasy Premier League point of view he'll get goals and assists. Which I hope he does. I really do. Gavin O'Brien, you got blocked by somebody. What was your tweet? Rooney already struggling. Philo, that's what we want to see. There was a good chance there actually. Martial gets a lot of stick. I don't understand why. Putting a cross in. Zlatan getting up above their defender. I mean, this is fantastic. This is exactly what I've been saying for a couple of weeks. Put the ball in the box and this bully will get on the end of it. And we've not really had that at United for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, Callum is back.
Yeah, I tried to log into my BT Sport account from UK.
Does it work?
Australia. I got the stream up, but it was even further behind. So it was
that's the problem, innit?
Just completely leave it. I'll just stay 30 seconds behind.
If you want to go off and watch it, Callum, and come back at half time, I won't be bothered. I mean, it's nice.
Oh no, it's fine.
It's nice if you stay, but I know what it's like. It's a bit annoying, especially if there's goals.
Yeah, because you're kind of sitting there like, I haven't seen it yet. It's like, you know what I mean? I've just seen the Zlatan chance, or I'm just seeing replays of the Zlatan chance now. Or was that ages ago on your clock?
No, it wasn't that far away. In fact, I'm just tweeting it out as well. I mean, that's exactly what Zlatan brings to the party, really, putting crosses into the box. I mean, we think he was up against Curtis Davis there, who's their main centre-back. And again, bullying him. That's exactly what we want to see.
Exactly. Well, he's like, Zlatan's like Andy Carroll, except he can actually play football. You know what I mean? He literally killed Font last week with that header. I mean, Font's probably rolling in his grave right now. The strength that he's got and the flexibility that he's got. I mean, I think is he a Taekwondo black belt? I think he does Taekwondo. I'm not sure. I think he's something like that. But the flexibility and the sort of stature of the man is really like, I don't get why people doubt him. I mean, he's got the talent there, no matter how old he is.
Oh, it's nearly getting Valencia in down the right there. But that's what they've got to do. Use the width and just keep putting the balls into the box. It's an aspect to our game that we probably haven't had for a few years, but it's a big advantage that it will cause people problems because it's going to cause people problems. I mean, if we play Arsenal and they play Mertesacker, who's massive, he will bully him. This is, Zlatan's about 6'5". Who's on the bench? Says Mikey Barrett. I think we have got underneath me. You can see the team news there, and it will put up the subs. But the subs, as I know them, are Romero, Smalling, Schneiderlin, Herrera, Young, Rashford and Mkhitaryan. So no Memphis again.
On that point about the crosses, I definitely feel like we've done enough crosses. I just don't feel like we've ever been effective with them. I mean, I still remember that game again with Moyes. I think it was against Fulham, where he put in like a record number of like 80 plus crosses or something like that in one game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a point about putting in crosses, but you need to be effective with them. I think so far this season, we're seeing United be effective with crosses and have that aerial threat that actually will show why the crosses are being effective in a way. So I definitely think there's a difference between being effective with crosses and just throwing the ball into the box.
I mean, Rooney's already, fair play for everybody who's commented and given us their thoughts on the game. Rooney's already getting a lot of stick. Wasteful, bad first touch. I'm doing other things, listening to Callum and stuff, and I haven't really noticed it, but I obviously will take your word for it. He's got to have a better game today, Callum. It's only Hull.
I just feel like he's getting lazy. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I think I saw a quote a couple of months ago, or about a month ago, where I said if you saw Wayne Rooney now without knowing who he is, you'd completely think he was a different player. Wayne Rooney, throughout his career over the last couple of years, has been based on reputation. It's been based on like the player that he once was, in a way. I think that he's being sloppy, and every time you kind of criticise Rooney, you get a lot of Rooney haters on your back, which is always fun. I think I put a tweet out of his match highlights against Bournemouth, and it got something like 100. I think I said retweet if you think he should be dropped, favourite if you think he should be kept in the team, and it got about 173 to 118. So it shows that people are a lot of agreements and a lot of people who are against it. Of course, we're only a couple of days into the season, but class is permanent, form is temporary. But Rooney's not really shown his class so far, and he hasn't shown it for a very long time. He didn't show it in the Euros, but the problem being he'll never be dropped. He's never going to be dropped as long as he's the captain. You know what I mean? It's like just let him be dropped so we can advance. Let him be dropped so we can have that complete team. If you know what I mean, we could drop Mata into the 10 role. There are times where I prefer to see Mata in the number 10 role than Rooney, and put Mkhitaryan out wide. Just have someone needs the ball just to say to Rooney, listen, you haven't been performing well enough. Sit on the bench for a couple of games. Yes, he's a good captain, but you need someone to just turn around to him and say, have a couple of games off. Let's see how this team does without you.
Well, the obvious thing for me is just to move Mata into number 10 and put Mkhitaryan on the right, and I think we're a better team straight away. But Valencia's here, might get a chance to put a dinky cross in, doesn't, hits the Hull defender, it's a corner. I love them little dinky crosses from Valencia because it's exactly the sort of ball that Zlatan needs. But on a positive, I'm going to go to some of the comments about Rooney in a minute because I think they're really important. He might score from this corner. But Luke Shaw is just fantastic. I was just watching him there, his touch, his speed, his tackling. It's like he's never been away. I'm so pleased for him that the injury, which was a horrific injury, just doesn't seem to have caused him any issue, which I think we'll talk about Shaw at half-time, hopefully, as well. But let's watch this corner. We haven't scored from a corner since Schweinsteiger against Leicester last November. We don't want that to carry on much longer. We've got so much height in the team now. Either Fellaini, Pogba, oh, it's a poor corner from Mata. I mean, that's the thing. It's sort of like what Callum was saying there. 80 crosses when Moyes played. I think it was against Hull at Old Trafford that January. But crossing's about the quality of the cross and who you've got in the box. And with Zlatan in there, you can put a high ball in and he'll probably get on the end of it. But looking at the comments, Brad Burke, there's some good ones about Rooney. They're not all hating comments as well, which is what I like. Brad Burke, Wazza needs room, take a back seat for a few games. Troy Liddon, Rooney and Fellaini need to be replaced in this squad. Lee Carman, Rooney's past it. It's as simple as that. And Mr. Witch Amberlin, he's not lazy. He's just old, which is probably about right. So you know what? I think I'm quite relaxed about Rooney, and I think Callum sort of picked up on it there because I just accept that he won't be dropped. Me and Alex often talk about this on Sunday nights. He's not going to be dropped. I think we all forget he's the captain. I mean, he's just been bullied off the ball there. He's the captain of the team as well. He shouldn't be the captain. Whether he plays or not, he shouldn't be the captain. Because imagine if you actually had a captain who's playing well. I mean, maybe I've been spoiled. I don't watch many other clubs play, but in the whole time I've watched United, I've seen the likes of Roy Keane as captain, Brian Robson as captain, Vidic as captain. And, you know, these players are pretty much consistently for a whole season 8 out of 10 players, and most of the time man of the match players. I mean, Rooney's not. I can't remember an 8 out of 10 game from Rooney in the last 2.5 years. It's a captain's got to dictate the side, and he just doesn't do that. But whether he should be dropped or not, you know what? I'd leave it to you guys, because I don't see it happening personally. So I've just sort of gone beyond it. You know, the big chat before we went live was whether Mata should be playing or Mkhitarayan should be playing. It's a very pertinent question. Should Rooney be playing? But he's just not going to drop him. No manager will.
No, definitely, I agree. I mean, we accepted that last season, and when Jose Mourinho come in saying he's not going to be playing centre midfield, it was like, oh God, here we go. You know what I mean? I mean, Rooney in number 10 role. I don't know. it's not that I want to see him like dropped for the whole season. I just love to see United without him for just a couple of games. You know what I mean? I think it would be so much more experimental and just seeing how much better we do. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously he's the captain of the team, and we've all accepted he's not going to be dropped. But you know, I'd love to see United without Rooney for a couple of games. You know what I mean? With this new evolving team with Pogba, Ibrahimovic, Mkhitaryan, Mata, Martial.
We'd be a better team. I mean, you know what? I totally agree. We would be a better team if we put Mata at 10, Mkhitaryan on the right, and took Rooney out. We would be a better team. People always say, well, you're not the manager. What do you know? Well, we weren't the manager for the last 2 years, but all the fans knew better than the manager. So I never buy into that. I'm not saying we know better than Jose. I think he's the best manager in world football, and he's fantastic for Manchester United. But the Rooney thing is odd. Alex is convinced that he's got it in his contract that he has to play every game. Sometimes I think that's ridiculous. Sometimes I think maybe there's some truth in it, because it is odd. But I think at the moment we can get by just sort of carrying him in a sense. But Valencia, I tell you what, he's put 2 crosses in this game already, and he's just unrecognisable. Whatever, I am quite critical of him defensively, but going forward, he's just a breath of fresh air at the moment. And again, in this game, he's getting forward. He's forward here. He's got Mata on the overlap. Unfortunately, Mata can't. But that little dinky cross again just misses Zlatan. Martial's looking better in this game as well. I don't know what anybody else is thinking about that, but he's been a revelation in Valencia.
Definitely, I agree. I mean, with the modern day right back though, and the modern day fullbacks, I mean, Valencia should succeed quite easily. If it was down to full defensive work, he's got the capabilities, the strength, the power, speed. Like 1 foot is probably a problem, but you know, he's got the talent there to be a brilliant right back, and he's starting to show that. I definitely think his crossing is 100% improved. I don't know if he's on some crossing steroids or something like that, because every cross he seems to put in, you know what I mean? Like this season's been perfect. So it's very surprising, but it's good to see. It's a pleasure to see that, and then you need that. You need your top players performing if you want to win the big old Premier League this season, which we need back.
He's chucking it down the rain in Hull, and there was one of Rooney's Hollywood passes there to Martial that was too high, which was a bit of a shame. But he's found Zlatan there, and Zlatan's got a bit of pace, and Rooney's got a bit of space, and he's gone back to Valencia, which is better than losing it, to be fair. Oh, there's nearly a ball there, and Pogba loses it. But I'm still quite relaxed about it. I mean, as we approach 21, well, we've gone past the 20-minute mark. No chances for either side, really. Hull are playing very defensive, which a few of you have saying in the live comments, which is frustrating you, I know. But this is what we've got to face. This is what we've got to face. You know, maybe last year I think teams fancied having a go at us, going toe-to-toe and beating us. I think this year you've signed top world-class players like Pogba and Zlatan, and teams are wary of that, and they're going back to probably a bit of what it was like against Sir Alex, where teams play 10 men behind the ball and we've got to break them down. It's a compliment. It's frustrating, but it's a compliment. And Pogba put a decent ball in there, but it was just behind Mata, which was a shame. But Hull are just going to try and hit us on the break, and to be honest, let them have a try, let them have a go, because I think we've got more than enough quality. What I like is the fact that Valencia's getting forward a lot, and hopefully Luke Shaw will do it down the other side.
Definitely. I think under, like, obviously I'm not reminiscing on past horrific torture memories, but I think under Van Gaal and Moyes, we actually gave teams like full on respect when they sat back against us. It was kind of like okay, you'll do this. We'll just slowly break you down. With this team, it's like with United and Jose Mourinho, it's like cool. We'll go at you anyway. It doesn't matter. We'll break you down, even if you don't. If you don't want to. I mean, once we score, I mean that's it. The teams have got to come out and attack now. But if they're sitting back, this is what Hull want. They want to sit back for as long as possible. But as soon as we score, their whole
Fellaini's
plan
been
goes.
booked.
Oh God.
Another clumsy tackle from him, to be honest. And to be honest, I'm not in that mood today to be on the back of Fellaini, and I'm sure people might be quite surprised by that. It was clumsy, but he sort of tripped when he was trying to get back, and then took the Hull player out. But he'd done a foul just before that, so he's on a yellow card. We go. That's a concern. I'm sure Fellaini haters will use that as ammo.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, you never know with Fellaini. As you say, he's always a red card waiting to happen. So, with him now, 70 minutes left? I mean, you kind of feel like he's going to be on the edge of another yellow card very soon.
Well, to be honest, I think the referee here is making a massive deal out of it. Because he's called Rooney over and said, sort of like warned him he'll get a red card. And you know, the first one was just clumsy. The second one was clumsy. He's booked him, fair enough, but there's no malice there, which is actually quite surprising for Maron, to be fair. But I don't think I think the ref's making him out of a molehill. What worries me is a little bit is that the second half against Southampton last week, they put Nathan Redmond on Fellaini. He was quick, and that could be a ploy to sort of cause him issues. We don't want to be going down to 10 men. I mean, I'm very confident that we'll beat Hull, but we don't want to be going down to 10 men. Free kick was just wide there. I was slightly concerned because De Gea sort of did that little stumble thing that he's not going to get there, but I think he realised it was going wide, which was good. But yeah, I'm not in the mood to get on. It was a good free kick actually. I think De Gea actually was beaten, but it was just wide. But yeah, I'm not going to get on Fellaini's back. I think you've always got to be honest, and it'd be very easy for me to say, he's proven me he's not a defensive midfielder. He's got booked with 2 silly tackles, but Rooney should keep this in here, and the block comes in. Matters on it. But I thought he was just a bit unlucky on both tackles. I don't know what you thought, Callum. I do worry that maybe he will do a proper Fellaini tackle and get sent off. But I think he probably should have a yellow card, but it was a bit harsh. I mean, he's exposed here because Valencia is further forward than him. This is where it worries me because Valencia is good. Get the ball away from Fellaini, that's the main thing. That's a very good cross. And it's superb defending by Luke Shaw. It's a brilliant cross. It's sort of curling in very low, and Luke Shaw sort of gets up with his head and stops it. But wet as well. Yeah, very, very good defending from Shaw there. I don't know how far behind you are, Callum. I don't know whether you've seen that yet.
25.05 on that. I'm just seeing it now.
Oh, good. So what I'll try and do then is talk for about 30 seconds so that then when I pass it to you, you can see it. That doesn't work that bad, actually. There's players in the team that are being carried. Daniel Fordham, I think that's a very good point. I think I got a bit of stick last Sunday saying this. There are players within our team that are being carried, none more so than Rooney. I think in a certain extent, Matt is being carried, not because he's doing anything wrong, but just because he's not a right midfielder. And, I don't know, I think you're drawing me into something here. Maybe Fellaini is being carried as well. But I don't think he's done that much wrong in this game. I think, he's picked up a yellow card because of 2 clumsy challenges. But there was no malice.
No, definitely. I wouldn't say Matt is being carried. I think Matt is, in my opinion, I think he's kind of proved it. He's got to prove himself. I wouldn't say he's being carried. I'd say he's more got to show all the doubters that he is a performing player in his team. I mean, he's shown it so far. Obviously, pre-season is not that big of a deal, but he showed it in pre-season and he's shown it at the start of the season. So, I don't know. I definitely feel like Matt has got to prove himself rather than be carried. Yeah, I don't know. I think Fellaini is Fellaini. You know what I mean? He'll throw a couple of elbows in somewhere, but he's obviously going to be on the back of hate no matter what he does because he's one of them scapegoat players. It's being true. So is Rooney, but Rooney performs poorly mostly every other game. So, yeah, well, we look so far in the game, just we'll pick up on the game. You haven't really had a lot from me. we look kind of comfortable at the minute. Nothing really going wrong. Yeah, it just looks like it's settled that United are going to score, not when, but if. No, I mean not if, but when.
Yeah, there's not been any chances in the game, and we are not far off half time. But you know what? This is the positive I had around me. I've got no problem with Jose picking the team that he's picked. But if we're 0-0 at 60 minutes and we're not creating any chances, this is where the likes of Rashford, Schneiderlin, Mkhitaryan, Young, Herrera, this is where they'll get their chance. So you can't fault him for not changing a winning team. But if they don't do the goods, there's people ready to come in, and maybe that's when Mkhitaryan will force his way in.
And Rashford as well.
I just need to, on the live comments, I don't know whether he's on there. No, I don't think he is. Okay, that's fine. There's a decent cross coming in from United there, but nothing just comes to nothing. Mark, do you play for Grandad's United? What that's all about. Somebody wants to pull Fellaini off. Oh no. When we get a goal, pull Fellaini and put Smalling on and run a back five formation, says Zach Rogers. Well, if that's what you think, Zach.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's not like United to shut up shop after 1-0. I mean, if it's like the 89th, 85th minute, then yeah. But I mean, you need to probably take a winger off or a striker off if you want to put a back five in. But I think Jose Mourinho is one of the managers. He's brilliant at shutting up shop when he needs to. It's something that Van Gaal and Moyes couldn't do, if I'm being perfectly honest. The amount of times that we'd score this winning goal, and then 2 minutes later, I still remember probably the worst one was Moyes versus Fulham, where we scored like an 89th minute winner. It was like, yes, now shut up shop. And then Darren Bent scored, and it was like, what just happened? So I've definitely been Jose Mourinho as one of the best managers in the league at shutting up shop. So I think we should probably leave that one to him. I think he knows what he's doing.
I mean, is there a massive problem today if we scrape a 1-0? No, because it's 3 points, and that's what it's all about in the Premier League. There's no problem with that at all. And some people are saying, Jalan Maya says it's boring football. Hull are packing, we've got the ball now on the halfway line, and every one of their players is behind the ball. So it's difficult, but when we get a goal, they can't keep doing that. We've just got to break them down, and we've got to learn how to break teams down, because it's a foreign. Mourinho's just given it away again. But it's a foreign concept for us to have to break teams down, because we haven't had that respect for a while. It's a positive that we've got that respect.
We just don't take it too much into account, you know what I mean? I mean, don't take the respect too much. You need to still go to the team, not slowly break them down. Listen, the Premier League is as much about playing pretty football, and it's as much about playing pretty football rather than grinding out results as well. You need to be able to do both. As long as Jose Mourinho's teams have shown over the years that they can do both. So it's definitely one of them games where maybe we need to grind out a result instead of looking for pretty football.
I mean, to be fair, I've sort of have been watching Rooney the last few minutes, and he's doing his own impression of pass the parcel again. Every time he gets it, he just gives it away.
It just seems lazy every time he gets the ball.
I think the only danger in this game is we've just got to keep our concentration, keep in controlling the game, and try and make something happen. But I'm quite relaxed about United this season. I've got a lot of confidence in us, and although we haven't really created any chances, I reiterate what I said a few minutes ago, this is what the likes of Mkhitaryan and Schneiderlin and Herrera and Young and Rashford will be thinking, this is good, because it means I might have to come on the game and change it. And if you want Mkhitaryan as part of the team, it's not the worst thing that could happen. I mean, obviously I want us to be winning 3 or 4-0, but Rooney's he's found a pass there, to be fair, but we just got to be patient. We've got to be patient. That's all that there is to it.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to get teams like this throughout the league who will take a draw against Man United at home. Do you know what I mean? So we just need to break them down. And once we break them down with that first goal,
free kick at a decent position here. I couldn't see what happened. I mean, Mata was fouled by Diamonde, and we've got a free kick in a decent position. I mean, you know, this is the sort of position. This is where Mata's useful because, you know, think about some of the goals. Who was it we played last year who absolutely battered us at Old Trafford, and then Mata got a goal later. I think it was Watford, and it's definitely. I mean, I reckon Rooney will push him out of the way because Rooney. No, he's not. He's letting Mata take it. He's going to let Mata take it. Pogba's nowhere near it, which is he's probably more suited for Rooney because he can come round the wall into the gap that the keeper's left, but he's not taking it. Mata's taking it straight into the keeper's arms. That's unfortunate. I think Rooney should have hit that. It was, you know, the wall's sort of there. Rooney can come round the wall the other way and into the space that the goalkeeper's left, but Mata goes over the wall where the keeper is. Weird choice. Danish Red says, do we need any new signings? I'll throw that to Cal. I would like us to sign Fabinho, but you know what? Valencia's doing such a good job going forward. I just, it's a risk, isn't it? Because when the window's shut, it doesn't open again for 3 months. And what if we start playing decent teams and Valencia gets found out defensively, and then you're like, we should have signed the defensive right back, but then hopefully we'd still have Darmian anyway. I don't believe there's a centre. I think we need another centre back, but I don't believe there's a centre back out there we can go and sign at the moment. And I'm so glad that Fonte, I think, has signed a new contract at Southampton. So I don't know. I don't think we need anybody. I would like to sign Fabinho. What about you, Callum?
No, you're not. I'm perfect. I don't know about other United fans, but I'm perfectly happy with the signings that we've made. I mean, we're seeing teams now where they're more focused. I think I put a tweet out a couple of days ago. There's more teams that are focused now with desperate panic buys rather than us who are focused on winning. We're focused on winning games. They're focused on signing players. You know what I mean? They're focusing on what they need, and we've already got what we need. Get it done early, and we can focus on that league title, which is the end game, which is the end goal. I definitely feel that. Yeah, you know, there's part of me that would love to see United swoop in and buy another player, but at the end of the day, I'm completely happy with what we've done in this transfer window. I think we've got a strong squad depth as well. I mean, you can look at every single position in the team and you can put 2 players to it. So I definitely feel that we've got enough width here. We're good. I don't think we need any more signings. I think any more signings will probably be a luxury rather than a necessity.
Just to those people who are getting a bit annoyed on the live comments box by people saying there's been a goal and that. Look, at the end of the day, we're watching this game live. If there's a goal, you'll see it. You'll hear about the goal before anybody. So just don't give them any airtime. In fact, I think we've got a moderator on there. I wouldn't block people, but certainly put them into a timeout if you're the moderator. I think it's L10G7C9. We don't like blocking people from the channel, but put them in a timeout. But don't listen to the people. If they're putting in it's 1-0 Pogba or anything like that, don't stress about it because they're 100% lying, and 2, if you're watching the watch along, you'll get it quicker than them anyway. So just don't worry about it. They're just silly little children, and I find it quite funny that they think that they're going to con us. But somebody just threatened me, did they? I don't care. The weirdos are out tonight. It must be bank holiday weekend, but there we go. L10G7C9 is the... Oh, Mata's in here. Decent cross, good save, follow up, Rooney. I thought it was going to be a handball, but basically Mata found a bit of space, shot, and I think Rooney haters will say he should have scored, but he didn't. There was a player on the line and it hit them. Probably should have scored, but on the other hand, I don't think it was a total sitter either. Fellaini putting a nice little cross in there, and Zlatan did get up, but a little vulture there. Fellaini, a little bit of a curled cross, nice and good. Tyler, what a block. Rooney probably should have buried it though. We'll see it again now, Tyler. It's a good...
I don't know.
It's difficult. Probably, let me just watch that again. Rooney from there, I think he should. It hits into the ground.
Yeah, I think he can only do the best. You can only really swing a foot at that one.
There's
no
a lot of Hull
replacement.
players, Although Andre Robinson says Rooney is useless.
No matter what Rooney does, he'll get hate. You know what I mean? It's just the way it works. But I think he did the best he could there. You just really got to swing a foot at that one. It's good for Matter again, skinning the defender, finding space. I don't know, Jonathan Huddleston and just literally puts Rooney off just before he shoots. It's just a tough one. You just swing, yeah. It's a good defensive block.
Mark, change the font colour on the ticker to yellow or orange as you get a better contrast against the black ground and you can see the letter better. Can do that for you. 38 minutes. I don't know. I mean, somebody was just saying there, are you worried about it? We're well on top. Hull haven't created anything. I think we will score at some point. Rooney's in fact got a great chance to pull this back. Oh, Martial was running in. In the last couple of minutes, Rooney's getting involved more. You can't moan about that.
Do you think it's a problem that Martial's kind of going missing in games now?
I think he looks a little bit better today. I think it's ridiculous that people want him to be dropped because he was just immense last year. But it seems to be getting a little bit more space now, although we're giving the ball away. I don't know. Martial just reminds me slightly of somebody who has been in a major tournament in the summer, and it happens a lot with players who've played in like Euros or World Cups. It takes them a bit of time. Probably needed a bit more rest. But Hull are offering absolutely nothing. I must say that for those who are unable to watch it. Dev, okay. Yeah. Mark, do you think Rooney needs to be replaced at half time? I think Rooney needed replacing about a year ago, but he won't be. As I said a few minutes ago, yeah, Rooney probably should be subbed. I thought he was awful against Bournemouth as well. He won't be. He'll play the full 90 minutes. I mean, even Hodgson was taking him off after 70 minutes because he's just got not... The thing about Rooney is his form is woeful, but he's also just not fit enough to play 90 minutes anymore. And that's a good ball by Hull, actually. They've found... final ball crap, but... The thing about Jose is I remember when he was at Chelsea and he's very... Ooh, that was a foul on Pogba. You've got to book him for that. If you book him for Laney, book him. Went absolutely... No, he's not going to book him. Ridiculous. Laney gets booked for a little clumsy tackle and just went straight through Pogba. Book him.
The referees have been so consistent so far this season. It's actually like I was watching some of the games today. And it's disgusting how inconsistent, and how poorly decisioned some of these referees are. There's hardly any clear guidelines on the rules. That's a booking all day. That's a booking. It's late. Campaign against United.
I mean, as I was saying there, when I used to watch Chelsea quite a bit when Jose was in charge because we'd be battling them out for titles, so they'd be playing and you'd want them to lose, etc. And I remember him making substitutions 20 minutes into a first half. He's not afraid to do it, but I don't think he will make any changes at half time as much as I don't know. I throw it to the live comments. What would you do? I know a lot of you would probably get rid of Rooney, but that isn't going to happen, so don't expect to see that happening. But I think the one we all want to see, and it's harsh on Mata because I think he should be playing at number 10, is I would just like to see us get a little bit more width down the right-hand side. Mata for Mkhitarayan. Pogba's been very quiet, though. Pogba has been very quiet. But I think everybody's been quite quiet. We haven't created a clear-cut chance. Well, we have, Rooney. We just need to get that Rooney goal, whether it bounced it in off the floor or a defender, if that goes in, the game completely changes because Hull can't continue to do what they're doing, which is putting everybody behind the ball. We just need to get the ball in the back of the net and the game will change for me.
It's as simple as that. I mean, the whole game plan is sit back and just soak up all the pressure and try and hit us on the counter-attack when we're tired. But as soon as we score, that whole plan goes out the window.
Nobody's warming up on the bench anyway, so we're not making any subs at half time. because they're all just sat down. If they were, then I think they'd be warming up, but that's not happening. We've got to try and mix it up a bit though there. You know, Mata's sort of... I think what's happening with Mata is he's not playing as a natural right-sided midfielder. In fact, Rooney's out on the wing at the moment. And I think it's not as... there is a lot of interchanging in the team. I mean, we so used to see it massively with Van Gaal, but Valencia's got a bit of space here. He needs to put that dinky cross in again. He has not enough height on it. Mata got up and the keeper saves it.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing with Mata as well. I find he always kind of drifts in from the right hand side into the middle, and that kind of just doesn't give that width that United need. It kind of just makes it more narrow, makes it more difficult to break him down. But you can't really fault Mata. He's not a natural right winger, is he? He's got the pace of he's got the pace of a 14-year-old schoolboy. He hasn't got pace yet, like to be a winger, but he's got creativity to be a centre attacking midfielder.
No, I'd like to see Mata playing as the number 10 because I think he knows what to do. But I think Rooney is going to be our number 10 until he gets injured, to be honest. Which could happen. You know, he's at that age now where injuries do happen. I mean, I'm not wishing any injury on him at all, but I think that's the only way the likes of Mata are going to get a chance there, or even Mkhitaryan. But we've had absolutely slip there by Bailey. I mean, it is absolutely chucking it down with rain, but we've moved the ball quite well. I think what I would try and do a little bit more is, because we're finding it really difficult to sort of thread our way through this whole team because they're getting so many behind the box. I think I would probably bring Mkhitaryan on the right, get some natural width, get Valencia bombing on, and let's try and put the ball in the box, some high ball into the box, because you know they can defend as much as they like, but Zlatan is a big enough bully to really start making a difference with that. Another foul on Pogba. It's an opportunity to put the ball in the box. We've got some big players floated up there. Let's see if we can get somebody on the end of it. It was a foul on Pogba as well. Supermaster 244 feels that it's got a draw written all over it. Mata for number 10 says Tanaka. Mata is running like a 14-year-old schoolboy next to the 70-year-old grandpa Rooney. Breaking news, Mark wants Rooney injured. No, I don't. Chris Tech says 1-0 Rooney. That's a miracle considering it's 0-0 when we're watching it live.
Well, close to watching it live. Say that. Well, nice bit of squid.
Just waiting for this cross to come in. It will be a cross. It came in. It was offside. And we nearly scored, actually. It went into the side netting anyway. I think it was offside. No, it wasn't. I think it was, because he scored from it. Yeah, he would have scored. Oh no, didn't he put it in the side netting? Well, somebody's on about injuries there. It's very interesting because Jose said, and how you can predict this is fantastic, because I've always said that Van Gaal and Moyes caused the massive injury problems with the way they were training our team. And Jose came in, didn't he, in his first press conference and said, we won't have as many injuries when I'm the manager. I've never had loads of injuries and we won't be having lots of injuries. But there was some critics last year who, watched the United stand saying, you don't know what you're on about, it's just bad luck that we're getting all these injuries. And I said, it's not bad luck, they're all impact injuries or muscle injuries because we're training them too hard. And Jose came in and basically said the same thing. So it'll be interesting because we always seem to pick up a lot of injuries between September and Christmas. Let's see if that happens again. Jose said it won't, so we shall have to see.
Well, yeah, it comes down to player management, doesn't it? I mean, you need to work around your players so they can have adequate rest. And we didn't even get that under Moyes. And Rio Ferdinand probably got injured watching them Phil Jagielka videos. Do you know what I mean? It was that poor.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it was like they were. I mean, Van Gaal was training them at least 4 or 5 times a week. I think by the end of it, that's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you need to give your body time to rest. And I'm no sports science expert, but I know that you need to rest sometimes.
Well, Astod3 says he's going to stick his member in a toaster if we don't sub Rooney off. Don't do that because we won't be subbing him off. Hull got a chance actually just then. They got through and there was a shot, but never going to score. Mark, you're not reading the comments enough, says John Solaris. I think we've read quite a few, and it is half time now. So giving us your thoughts on the half. Callum's going to give us his thoughts while I'll just put a tweet out, and then I'll give you my thoughts. But Callum, thoughts on the first half? Concerns? Would you make any changes? Anything we should be doing differently?
Yeah, I think that we need a little bit more width. I think we need to bring Mata off. I don't think he's played badly, but I just think we need to change it up a little bit. I'd love to see Rashford come on, give that injection of pace, maybe up front or maybe on the left or right, either one. We need that injection of pace. I think he's kind of lacking so far at the minute. Martial looks selected on that left, really getting involved a lot. Rooney's been sloppy at times. Zlatan's been quiet. Pogba's been quiet as well. Fellaini's not thrown any elbows, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, but United look composed. It doesn't look like we're in like massive danger zone, like we're going to be another 0-0 draw. But we look composed. It looks like it's a matter of when, not if. Chances are few and far between, but you can definitely feel that United have got a goal coming anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean, Anthony HT saying Mickey should come on now. Kerfell saying still don't see what Fellaini gives us that Schneiderlin won't. Probably a good point. Daniel Fordham, Rooney kills our attack. Michael Medhurst, I think Phelan is doing a good job so far considering they haven't bought any players. Not the best first half, was it, boys? Says Jamie Trolling. Matt has been our best player, says Schnackbox. That's an interesting thing. I'll ask Callum about that in a minute, who's been his standout player. Epic Toast to Fish. Blinder's been brilliant. Blind's not really had anything to do, to be honest. I don't think you can say he's been brilliant. Garbage half, says Jalan. I'm quite relaxed about it. I'll just quickly give you my thoughts. I'm quite relaxed. Basically because I said this before the game started. You know what? If we're 0-0 and we're not creating much at the 60-minute mark, then Mkhitarayan comes on, he changes the game and he plays against City. So I'm hoping that's going to happen. We're not creating enough chances, let's be totally honest. There's been a few... defensively, we're not under any problems. Rooney's been poor, but he sort of came back into it, I think, a little bit. He won't be subbed, so, I mean, Christopher's saying Rooney out. He's not going to get subbed, is he? Matt has done okay, but it's not giving us any natural width. I think we need to get Valencia putting the ball into the box more, and hopefully Luke Shaw as well. Martial not really being used, but there's not a lot of space for Martial because they're putting so many men behind the ball. Pogba, again, not really getting the opportunity to drive at the opposition because they're playing so deep. Fellaini's on a yellow card. That's what would concern me. If they break away, picks up another yellow, make it very difficult if we're down to 10 men. Not really. Fellaini's not really his sort of game because they're not playing many high balls. You maybe could put Herrera on in that defensive midfield position and drive forward a bit. That's what I would do. I'd probably put Herrera on instead of Schneiderlin for Fellaini if we were going to go down that route. But Philo Estafanos says we need Mickey ASAP. I think we do. I think we need another creative spark from the midfield. We're not getting it from Rooney. Pogba's the obvious outlet, but they're putting 2 or 3 on him. Let's get Mkhitaryan and Martial involved in the game more, and give Zlatan a little bit more. My player of the half, I think I'll probably stick with Valencia, really. He's kept going forward a lot. He's trying to put crosses into the box. That would be my one, but I don't know about you, Callum.
I'd probably agree. I think Valencia, he hasn't really put a foot wrong. Yeah, I think that his crosses have been brilliant. They've been superb just so far this season, to be honest. But other than that, a lot of players have been quiet and kind of out of the game. They haven't really been showing us the sort of performances that we saw against Southampton, where it was dynamic. But the difference is Southampton actually wanted to come out and attack. Hull were just like dropping the walls and just saying, well, you come on to us and then we'll try and hit you on the counter. So it's not us that's making a boring game. It's probably them just sitting back, just holding on for a draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, we don't play for draws in football. In Man United circumstances, we go for wins. You know what I mean? And if that's the mentality of their club, to sit back and hold on for a draw and not go for it, then that just shows it's a small club.
They've had 2 good wins, Hull have. If they get a point today against United, they've got 7 points from the first 3 games. It's a fantastic start. They won't be thinking about winning this game. A point is a great result for them, unfortunately. Valve Special says wet pitch is bad for Fellaini. Why? You can just mop it up. Josh Fricker says Herrera been poor for 2 years. I think Herrera is a very, very good comment, Josh. I wish we had time to talk about it now. Maybe we'll do it on the Sunday night show tomorrow at 8:30. But Herrera is a player that I've backed. I've even done the Where's Ferreira, #save Herrera. I'm getting a bit concerned about Herrera, to be honest. He's just not... I know he's not playing at the moment, but why isn't he playing? Why doesn't he get picked? I'm Hull City fan, but I truly hope that Man U is champion this season, says Michael Medhurst. That's nice of him. Ben Cox, we need some counter-attacks. Very difficult when a team's not attacking you to counter-attack. Stop clock and put half-time. I will do that. Very good point. Memphis would be brilliant to sub on, but, you know, this is football and FIFA. Yeah. But we've got Mkhitarayan and Rashford, who I would sub on ahead of Memphis, and they are on the bench. Lynn Hall says Pogba's playing too deep. He needs to drive forward as box to box. I think he's just struggling because they're getting so many people behind the box. Jay wants to see Fellaini get executed. Pogba playing too deep, says Martin Hewson. So a lot of people are feeling that. Mata off Mkhitaryan on, says Lewis Smith. That is I would do that. I would actually put Mata at number 10 for Rooney, but that won't happen. But yeah, I would like to see that happen. I don't think we will make any substitutions at half time. A lot of people want Fellaini to be subbed. Kay beats Nima Taming, and there was another one as well. They want him off. Get Rooney out and replace him, says Dave Poulton. Rooney needs to come on instead of Rooney. That's a weird one. But where is Rashford? He's on the bench, Gazed. Fellaini out, Mickey in. Go all out attack, says Brian Whelan. The reality is, as I throw it back to Callum, is that we've got to win this game. By hook or by crook, we've got to win this game. Anything less than 3 points is not good enough against the team that sits back against you and is going to be in a relegation dogfight. Despite their 6 points from 6, they will be in a relegation dogfight. So, but somehow we need to turn this into a win, Callum. And how would you do that?
Like I said before, you need an injection of pace. I mean, we've got like Zlatan, Rooney, and Mata, and they haven't really got they're not known for their pace. I mean, Rooney back in the days when he was like decent, that's when United had pace. We haven't got him in this game. Martial out of the game on the left hand side, just being isolated by so many whole players. You need that man to run in behind. I think personally we need Rashford on more than any other player. Give Mkhitaryan on as well, just because we need that width. I think the changes I make will be Mkhitaryan and Rashford on for. I'd love to say Rooney, but Rooney's not going to come off. So Mata and I'd like to see probably Rooney move back into centre midfield and then just drop Mata in that Mkhitaryan at number 10 and Rashford on the right. But the chances of that happening are very, very unlikely. I feel that this game will be won. I think the chances will come. I think Zlatan only needs 1 or 2 chances to put one away, and that's why he's such a brilliant striker. I just think that we need to take the chances and need to create the chances. We need to break down the walls and just go at them. It's as simple as that. You need an injection of pace at the minute. I think it's just a little bit too slow on the ball, and a little bit too, not sloppy, but just a little bit too slow build up to then get to the chance.
Eric Torreson says if Henrik was starting instead of Rooney, we would be winning 2-0 at least. I think he needs to be unleashed. I think a few of us have been a bit, why is he not playing? And I think it's getting to the point now where he should just be playing. Really do. Agang wants Herrera to come on. Mata making good runs. It's a Stent, 590. Zlatan does not show the passion on his face like he used to at PSG, says Rian. Well, in all fairness to Zlatan, I don't think he's by any means in the firing line to be criticised when you look at his goals record for United so far. So I think anything about that is concerning. Ahmed says the United Stand is winning. We're always winning with you on our team, the United Stand Army. If you are new to the United Stand, you've found us on a watch-along. A little bit of promo minute here. We do Sunday night live at 8:30. There's live content most nights, and just subscribe to the channel because it's the only way you'll get notified when we go live. So just click subscribe, it's free, and you'll get notified of that. Keep getting involved, the United Stand Army, and we will be live tomorrow night with the Sunday night review at 8:30. Even though it is a bank holiday weekend, that's commitment for you. I'll be on Fan TV on Tuesday night in London. That's going to be interesting at 8 o'clock. And obviously we're going into the international break, so we will have content coming up for you, but I hate international breaks. It won't be England related, that's for sure. He can't score every game, says Epic Toaster Fish about Zlatan, spot on. Not really had a chance, really, in this half either. Please like the video, says Josh Fricker. Yes, please do. Have we hit 1,000 likes yet? 882. If everyone clicked like now, we'd be on 1,000 likes, which is always great for the live watch-alongs because it takes a lot of effort and we're all part of it, which is great. We need a partner for Pogba instead of Fellaini, says Eric again. Yeah, that's great. Rooney poor as usual, Joseph G. I mean, what I would say about that first half is that it's been quite predictable, isn't it? And I suppose football in itself can be quite predictable at times. We were talking, we went on air, we go on air an hour before the game, so we had Alex on and we actually went live to the Fan TV studio and we were talking about it. And Mark, ever thought about doing a flag with your logo on it? That's a good idea. We're talking about why Mkhitarayan wasn't starting, and I was saying, at the end of the day, it's a winning team. You can't criticise a manager for not changing a winning team. But I did say, if it gets to the half time and it's 0-0 and we're not creating anything, or 60 minutes we're not creating anything, the good thing about that is that those people who want Mkhitaryan to play, he will come on, or Rashford, they will come on. That's the whole point of having a big squad. But the interesting thing is that, as I said, life can be quite predictable, and especially football. And Rooney has been pretty average and poor for 2 years, and Rooney's been pretty average and poor in this game. Mata is not a right midfielder, and we've seen that over the last 2 years. Today, Mata again would be better used centrally. Valencia, I don't know, is doing very good going forward. I can't criticise Valencia. Blind has not been tested. I can't criticise him. But there was a comment from one of you there saying, I don't get Fellaini. And he's not really doing anything wrong, but I can't see what he's doing that Schneiderlin couldn't do. It's probably a good point. Fellaini's been given the shirt at the moment. And obviously what Jose sees in training is the most important thing. I agree with whoever said we need a 3-man midfield for Pogba. So true. He needs more space that Rooney is taking up. Very good comment that. Maybe we're carrying Rooney. A lot of people think we are, and if we're carrying Rooney, then that means that it makes his job a lot harder for Pogba. Mark, I think some of the fans need to hold back on their criticism of the good players, Ray Madood. I don't know who's being criticised. 1,000, we've had 1,000 likes. Thanks everybody for that. I did say if we hit 1,000 likes, I'd be complimentary about Fellaini. He's not having a very good game, but I thought the yellow card was harsh because he tripped, and they were just both. We know what Fellaini's like. Sometimes he chucks an elbow, and you think he should get a red, and you don't want to see that on a United shirt. To be fair, his yellow card in this game was from 2 clumsy things that he didn't mean to do. So that's complimentary about Fellaini for you. He's not done that much wrong, but I just think we need a bit more, as Callum said, we need a little bit more pace and dynamism in the midfield. We don't really need to break up the play and play it simple when they're playing 10 men on the ball. The frustrating thing for me, Callum, is that they're playing 10 men behind the ball. You've got Bailly and Blind who are pretty much redundant, and you've got Fellaini stood in front of them who's redundant. Maybe we should go. Somebody said maybe we should take Fellaini off, put an attacking midfielder on, let Blind sort of move into that defensive midfield position and play, because our centre-backs aren't doing anything.
Remember, that's always a risk. That's always another risk with these teams. They expect you to come out all attack when you start getting desperate for a goal, and then they can just strike. And we've seen maybe how I've got the pace. They can just strike, and then it's 1-0, and then they sit back even more. It's the sort of thing where United just going to need to break them down. We need that incision of pace. We need that width. We need I do think the centre backs are limited. I do think we don't need that many players back. I mean, we've got Bailly and Blind at centre back who can deal with that all day long. They ain't got a problem with any whole players at this present moment. So the best move would be just take Fellaini off, put an attacking midfield on in that place. Maybe a Herrera sort of tick over the team, get the team ticking, get the creative juices flowing in a way. Just try and break this whole team down, because they're not a hard team to break down. They are struggling. They haven't got players. Their players will get. They haven't got any players. They've got 11. They literally can just about fill their 11-a-side team. So it's like they're going to get tired. They're going to get lackluster. They're going to make mistakes. and it's in the second half when it's really going to tell.
Yeah, I'm just about to start the timer because it's going to kick off second half. Let me just wait for you as we go in. But somebody did say we need Schweinsteiger. Interesting. I think Schweinsteiger would be perfect in the defensive midfield position actually because he can get forward. But Callum's saying no. What's your thoughts on the Schweinsteiger thing?
I think that I don't know, it's a strange one because I do like Schweinsteiger, and I did call him the engine last season. I do believe he's a good player to sort of get the team ticking, get them moving. But Jose Mourinho is a different manager completely, and he's got different ideals for the team. So if he doesn't like him, then what can you do? I mean, it's like a lot of people have blown up like he's bullying him and stuff like that. And obviously it's because United that we're getting so much more publicity over any team, like, oh, Schweinsteiger's being bullied, Jose Mourinho should be in jail. But when it's happening at other clubs, no one seems to notice. So it's like, you got to do what's right for the team in a way. And obviously I love Schweinsteiger, and I do think that the club need to treat him with respect, and they need to treat him with professionalism, because he is a brilliant player, and no matter what you can say, I mean, he's got respect for the fans, he's got respect for the club. Even when he's been dropped, put in the reserves, probably just humiliated in public by his manager, then he's still in the game, in the crowd, tweeting, still buying tickets to the game. He's not even getting hospitality for the game. It's if I'm being perfectly honest, it's kind of a disgraceful move from the club in the way they're treating him. But in Jose Mourinho's tactical sense, it may be the right move.
I didn't know that he wasn't getting any hospitality. That's disgusting.
Well, I saw his tweet. He wasn't in, like, when you see United players like in the United end. Yeah, but he was in the stands, and I can't see any other reason why. I'm probably jumping to conclusions, but I can't see any other reason why he'd be. Do you know what I mean? Just be in the crowd rather than in hospitality.
Substitution for Hull. One player's gone off injured, and Sean Maloney's coming on. Timbo O'Keefe, Murphy, I liked this comment. We need to be more aggressive. We're playing like women or Liverpool. Yeah, it's probably not unfair to say that. But no substitutions in the second half for those who were hoping for one. I did say we wouldn't make any. But whatever happens, we've got to win this game. That's what I would say. We've got to win this game. I think very quickly on Schweinsteiger, it's up to the manager, as Callum said. Callum's not in charge. Jose's in charge, and as long as we keep winning, then there can be no criticism. If we, God forbid, started having a few bad results, then the press, as Callum said, would be all over us saying, you've got a World Cup winning captain. I know he wasn't captain when they won the World Cup, but you've got a World Cup winner. He's won everything. He's 3 years younger than Carrick. He's got the same injury record as Carrick. Why are you not playing him when you're not playing well? That's when the problems will come. That's when the problems will come if he doesn't play Mkhitarayan. But Jose's got more experience than anybody when it comes to that and handling criticism. So at the end of the day, we just got to keep winning the games, and we'll discuss it on the United Stand. That's what the United Stand's all about. It's about fan opinion. We all have different opinions, but ultimately, what matters is winning on the pitch. And what Fellaini just did then from a goal kick is a very important thing that I think Jose likes, is that whether Schneiderlin, Carrick, Herrera can do that, is that a goal kick off the ground into their United half, and Fellaini gets up and wins it, which kills any Hull attack. It's little things like that can be subtle. But Valencia's got a chance to put a cross in here. He refused it. He's put it into Mata, who tries an outside. Yeah, see, that needs to be a natural right footer swinging that in, and he tried one of these outside of the left foot curler things. Rooney got up well there, to be fair. Rooney seems to have had a 10-minute injection of something. I'm not suggesting that Rooney's taken drugs at half time, but he looks like he's come out with a bit more about him. Certainly not lost the ball in the first 5 minutes. I just got to keep grinding at him, keep knocking at the door, keep chipping away with the chisel. That's what we've got to do.
Yeah.
Rooney will be sold next season, says Edward Bevins. Hope so.
I mean, you can see it even when they're back. They've got, how many men they've got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 men back behind the ball every time. So it's definitely going to be one of them. We've got to keep chipping away at it, but it's going to need to come sooner rather than later. Definitely.
Bit of a slump there. Another Hull player's injured, Curtis Davis. In the live comments, I'll give you all a shout out. We haven't done this yet. Where are you watching from? Obviously, we've got Callum from Australia today, which is a first. So let us know where you're watching from. And if it is the middle of the night where you're watching from, I really hope United are going to score and win, because I know the commitment that you all make. I just thought Bailey was going to slip there, but he's kept hold of it quite well. Certainly if you're a centre-back. Mkhitarayan is up off the bench now, warming up, which is nice to see. Nice to see him get at least half an hour, Callum.
So I mean a biscuit.
It's alright. I'm just saying that it'd be nice to see him get half an hour. It'll be Mata he comes on for. I always feel sorry for Mata when Mata gets taken off, because it really should be Rooney, but it's just not going to happen. It will be Mata.
Well, every time Mata gets taken off, I always see it as a personal vendetta against like Mata versus Jose Mourinho sort of thing. So I don't know, is this the way it's been perceived in the media, how he had his time at Chelsea cut short by Jose? That it's kind of like every time he gets taken off, it's like Jose's just against him, something like that.
I like Mata, but he's just not. He's not a right midfielder, so it's natural that when you're not creating much, you bring a right midfielder on, don't you? So it's unfortunate. You know, Mata should be playing number 10. If he's going to play for United, he should be playing at number 10. And then you as a viewer and we as the United stand make that decision, don't you? Who would you prefer to play at number 10? Rooney or Mata? There seems to be more about United in this second half, though. We're pressing more. You know, just seeing Martial there. Another long ball and Fellaini wins it. So that's the importance of Fellaini. I think in this half, twice he's done it. You know, Hull have hit it long. Fellaini's won the ball and we've retained possession. So, you know, in fairness, that's something. Can Schneiderlin offer that? I don't know. But hopefully Mkhitarayan will be on very soon is the big thing. Active Drifts watching from Ireland, Northern Ireland, Ryland, Copeland. I think I missed loads of you. Ghana, Johnny. Ashwin's in India. Vietnam, Nguyen. Blind is so composed, says Troll. I mean, he's got the freedom of Hull. Let's be honest. You know, Blind is a very composed player, but I wouldn't be shouting out Bay or Blind in this game because they really have got nobody near them and a lot of time on the ball. It's I don't think it's a game to be judging our centre back partnership. Hopefully, because there's not a lot going on for them.
Yeah, they're not really being tested at all in this game. And it seems like they can deal with Abel Hernandez very easily. So
Rashford's warming up as well. He might make a double sub. You know what? There is something that somebody said that sort of worries me slightly, is that he might not fancy Martial that much, and it could be Martial coming off.
Well, he hasn't really shown a lot in these last two games, has he?
Yeah,
really
you know, my problem with that is that Martial hasn't been fantastic, but he's not been as bad as Rooney. So why are we all, I don't like substitutions when it's of players who, maybe they're not playing as well as they can do, but why are you not taking off? I mean, he's just handballed it there, Rooney. Why are you not taking off the bloke who's just, meant to be our leader and he's awful? Cape Town, Marlon October?
Because it's blind loyalty, isn't it? It's like they see nothing wrong with performance. And Jose Mourinho, I think Jose Mourinho's already got that symptom. I think he's already got a disease of that Rooney blindness where he can't actually see Rooney playing badly at times. And it's stuck in a knot because it's like, well, people are basing it off his reputation that Rooney was good 5 years ago, so it's Wayne Rooney. But, someone needs to have the balls to say, right, take him off, put Rashford on, giving someone else a chance who's going to change the game and not drag us down instead of, because at times it's just Rooney's just dragging us down as a team. And I'm not being a Rooney hater, it's just the truth. You know what I mean?
It's interesting. I was just thinking there when you were saying, I've always felt with Rooney that at some point he's capable of having a spurt of 5 to 10 games where he's just totally everything clicks. But I remember Alex saying a year ago that those days are gone. He's actually on the decline now because of age and how long he's been playing. And if that's the case, and we're all hoping and waiting for this spurt of Rooney to come and happen, but it's never going to happen. And we've been waiting for it for a good 2 years now. I don't know. I just don't know. That's how long can it go on for? And I think, I don't agree that he's got it in his contract that he has to play every week. I mean, God forbid if he does. But I do sort of think, well, how? what is there this misconception that Mkhitarayan is definitely coming on? He's taking his tracksuit off, which is great. See you later, Mata. But I just don't know. Maybe the club just think that the fans would react if Rooney was dropped. Maybe Jose thinks the fans would react if he was dropped. But I've known since that Man City thing where he said he wanted to go to City. You know, you speak to every United fan, half of them love him to bits and are so loyal to him, and half of them really couldn't give a damn if he was sold. And that's the weird thing about Rooney. He's a real divider. So if he was dropped, I'm sure some people wouldn't be happy about it, but not loads. And
No.
the media would make a massive thing about it because Rooney is loved by the media. But that's because they thought he was the next Gascoigne, and it never happened. And he's the big English hope. But I don't know, it's an odd one. But let's get Mkhitarayan on. Let's win this game. That's what matters. I mean, Pogba's been very, very quiet. It's all been a bit clumsy, but you know what? We've just got to win the game. We've just got to win this game. That's all that matters in this game.
Yeah. The only problem is we haven't got that yet, so...
I mean, there's a good comment here that Gazed said Rashford for Rooney, then put Mata in the number 10 position. You know what? I'd love to see that happen. You know, Zlatan's coming into the deep positions now and playing as a number 10. It's all getting a bit frustrated. But you know what? This is good in a way anyway. You know, it's not all going to be a bed of roses. This, as I keep saying, this is a team that's been awful for 2 years. There is a hangover from Van Gaal. There are going to be some tough times. We've just got to grind it out.
Yeah, like you said. Like I said earlier, we're going to need to do that sometimes. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Mata in the number 10 role, or Mkhitaryan in the number 10 role, and then put Rashford on the right. But taking Rooney off, I don't know, it's just not going to happen. I'm past the point of hope that it's going to happen. And it just looks like the longer this game goes on, the sloppier the passes will get, and the more frustrated United will get, and the more desperate we'll get. And the more desperate we get, the more vulnerable we become to a counter-attack from Hull.
Well, he's just done his Hollywood pass out to Valencia there, which I just think is the most waste. You know, lovers of Rooney think it's like watching, I don't know, something fantastic, and really it's just a long ball to a right back.
Yeah.
That then gets passed back into the centre circle, so it means nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to see people who play effective long balls, then we saw David Beckham doing it for years, and he actually used to hit a 40-yard pass that would, you know, turn into something. Mark, will you ever take the Man United job, Rayok08? No, I'm happy doing this, and I don't. You know, I've got no criticism of Jose. Mkhitaryan will be on imminently. He picks a team that's been winning. And can you criticise him for not playing Rooney? I mean, has there ever been a manager that's dropped Rooney? You don't know the political situation. Maybe Rooney can't be dropped. You know, he's not the first one not to drop Rooney when he should be dropped. But you know, that doesn't make me think anything less of the manager. It's nothing new. Joshua Chapman, yeah, getting bored of Rooney talk. Me too, mate. Me too. He's not about to come off, even though Mkhitaryan's waiting. Oh, I thought that Zlatan was going to volley that. Just wasn't there to be hit. I mean, Mata's had a good game. I mean, some people there saying it's obviously going to be Mata, which it is. Mata's had a good game. He's just, he's not a right midfielder, is he? It's not really his position. Martial has not had a great game, to be honest. I just hope he stays on because he just offers that something different. But having said that, oh God, here's Hull on the break. Shaw's there. Oh no, Mata's there. Go on, Martial. I think Martial could find himself coming off. You've got to be balanced though. I mean, Pogba's not been good today. People might say Zlatan's not been good, but he's not really been given anything. I think there's been a few bad performances today. Blind coming out the back there. Now Rooney's got it with some space to run into. He's got to find something here. He actually does find Martial. Now Martial, do something with it. Actually Don't shoot. He shoots. It's wide. I think he might be coming off, Anthony Martial.
I don't know. I don't know if it's. I don't know if I'm probably weighing into this too much, but it's probably. I don't know. It might even be a personal problem with Martial because he's going through that thing. I think with his ex-wife at the minute. There's also
He
about that.
is. It's Martial coming off. Unbelievable.
Not Mal. Well, he hasn't shown enough there. I personally don't think. Not like he's had a bad game, but he's had another quiet game. Maybe it might be a thing of. I don't know.
It's just this seems stupid because we've all talked about it, and you included. Pace, and he's probably the quickest player we've got.
Yeah, he hasn't shown anything, has he?
That's worrying.
Yeah. And it really hasn't been really sort of like a major problem, has it? And it hasn't really been like sort of surfaced the problem.
Dear, disappointed at that. Why not Rooney, says Amanda Westercott. Very true. I hate Hull, says Mental Mentos. Mark, go sub Rooney. If I could, I would. Greatest GR1 says he's Pogba playing. It's a good point. Subat loves Rooney. I'm fed up of Rooney, says Son of Obama. Rooney will never go off, says GTF Mbarati. How is Mata playing for Man United? No wonder Jose sold him at Chelsea. Not good enough, says Ryan Lowe. But he is. Ooh, Zlatan just wide. He is. He's picking him now. You know, Jose might have sold him at Chelsea, but he's actually picking him here. So, Joseph G thinks he'll sub Rooney next. It's mind games. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he subbed Zlatan next. Worrying. It's worrying. It's worrying because, you know, Anthony Martial hasn't had a great half, but he's a match winner. You know? And he's quick. Another crap corner.
Yeah. No, I was sorry, I was just doing something over there. Yeah, I agree. Martial can win you games. And last season, I mean, he didn't even really have one quiet game. He hardly had any quiet games last season. But to come into this new season and have 2 back-to-back quiet games is kind of it's a problem. And I don't know if it's confidence or it's self-worth or I don't know what it is that you could probably say why Martial isn't performing. Oh, I never get corners why they can't just beat the first man. I don't get why they're on that much money a week and they can't literally put the ball into just.
Mkhitaryan's playing more central and Rooney's sort of. I don't know. What I don't really know what we're doing actually. I think Rooney's come central again. Mata, could be a penalty. No, offside. It was offside. Oh, Mkhitaryan came on for Martial on the 60th minute, which means I should get a clean sheet for Martial in my fantasy football team. I've had 2 brilliant weeks, and I think this one's going to be a pretty crap one.
Yeah. I probably need to join the United Stand League actually.
You're not in it?
No, I need to join it. I will join it.
Did Middlesbrough play today, or is that tomorrow?
Why?
I've got Negredo.
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant signing for them.
Oh, come on. To be honest, I'm getting a little less confident now. I think that Martial substitution's made me a little bit worried because I think there's too much, there's not enough pace in our team. I think it's all very passy. You know, you've got Fellaini slow, Rooney slow, Mata slow. But hopefully Mkhitaryan can do something. Luke Shaw here, not beating the first man. Mkhitaryan. Zlatan, shoot! Oh, Mata runs through. Oh, you'll be in trouble for that. You don't take it out of Zlatan's feet when he's about to shoot. Wham. Oh, Mkhitaryan gave that away. Mata is playing more central though. Rooney's got some space, gives it to Zlatan. Oh, loses it. It's, there's plenty of time left in this game. Just got to create an opportunity. And I said it at half time. Even if we just nick a goal and win it 1-0, can't let 2 points get dropped here. Oof! Pogba just tries to hit it from 40 yards.
Yeah, sorry, I literally looked at that Mata Zlatan thing about 10 seconds ago. It looked like Mata was shaping up to Zlatan was shaping up to shoot. You could probably guarantee that he would have put it on target and probably put it in the back of the net. I just think sometimes the players, like United players today, just haven't been on the same wavelength. That it's all just kind of a bit sloppy at times. And a bit hit and hope. But you can see the quality's there. It's just been way too sloppy today.
Daniel Elliott, yes, Marshall has come off. 11 in the box from Hull. Hull is doing nothing but defending, says MUFC Jonathan. That is their right. It's a game of football. I've got the FIFA League that starts next week, and there's some very good FIFA players out there, and you haven't seen negativity until you've seen me play FIFA, because a point's a good result for me, and I will foul. Fellaini deserves a knighthood, says Alpha H. ND. They've got 10 behind the ball constantly, hands up. Glory, glory, Man United. Love from Jamaica, says Jaziel. We need a hero. Ricard, we're holding out for a hero. Maybe we were expecting too much too soon, says Ashwin. Wayne Rooney isn't a leader, says Ben Deacon. And Chelsea played really well in their win today. Ugly Munter. Don't care. Would Rooney even get in the Hull team, says Andrew Robinson. Mike Phelan is a tosser, says hands up. I don't want to go. Come on, United. I don't want to go into the international break with a 0-0 draw against Hull. Let's get the 3 points and even if it goes in off Fellaini's bottom, let's get 3 points and have 9 points. We don't. If we go in with 7, we're going to be really concerned, I think, because we don't want that. We need to, by any means, let's just get the result and keep building and improving, because I just don't want us not to do that.
No. And the thing is, City playing at home tomorrow, and I know we shouldn't be looking at league tables now, but we've got to be keeping out for it. We can't be dropping points. We're going to be first or second thereabouts, no matter what the result is today. But we need these 3 points. Starts to move to these sort of stages where it's like, oh, please, just score. Just, like, it's not simple, but just score.
Here we go. Zlatan is struggling a bit tonight. Doesn't get it out of his feet in the box. Hull on the break. I mean, that's the thing. If Hull somehow managed to get a goal out of this, it'd be absolutely disgusting. Still got, how long we got left? 23 minutes. Plenty of time. I'd get Rashford on now.
Yeah. Their legs are getting tired. Hull City players. Now would be the time for him just to run at them.
Rooney does seem to have popped out to the left more, because Mkhitaryan's definitely not playing out on the left. I think we've put Mata as a number 10. I don't know what we're doing really. Rooney's come into number 10 again now. Mata, Mkhitaryan, he can put a cross in. It's a good cross. It's a good cross, but the Hull get on the end of it. But this is the thing. This is why Mkhitaryan should be in the team, because he's Mr. Assist, Mr. Consistent as well. Oh, nearly got through. Nice interchange with Mata. He's just so smooth. He's like a Ferrari. Yeah. He's just so smooth on the ball, Mkhitaryan.
It's like he knows 2 or 3 moves ahead before he's even touched the ball.
Exactly, yeah. Just a quality player. I don't know how we're going to break him down. Like I said, I think we've got too many square pegs in round holes, with Rooney and Mata just not really in any defined position. Pogba looks sloppy. Although, Pogba looks off, not at the races at all. But he isn't fully fit anyway. Zlatan's not at the races either. It's just one of them games. Mickey looks class. Says hands up, definitely. Here comes Rashford.
Finally.
Finally. Ball in the back of the net. That's all we want to see. I don't care how it goes in. Let's get a goal. Let's win this game. And you know what? Sometimes you've got to win ugly. And it has been pretty poor. But hang in there. And to be fair, there's a lot of love for Bay and Blind on the live comments, which, you know, I've got no problem with at all. It's we don't look like conceding, which I know can be the famous last words, but we're looking good. Mkhitarayan here. He's gone past 3 players. Oh, that's got to be a yellow card. I mean, that's what you get with Mkhitarayan. Callum's going to get the joy of watching that again. But in the number 10 position, he just gets up and runs past 3. This is why he should be playing. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You don't see that very often. And it's cynical. And it's such a shame from... he used to play for Huddleston, isn't it? Yeah. Such a shame because he's away. He should be booked. That's what we want to see. Get Rashford on now. Do the sub. It's Mata. Mata.
That is cool. Yeah. And every time you see that from a player like from Mkhitaryan, you're like, well, why don't you start him? Just start him. If he's shown this in 20 minutes what he can do, and he's dribbling past players, putting crosses in, and looking so composed on the ball, and looking slick.
It's going to be a Zlatan free kick. It's a long way out, and it's not going anywhere near the goal. It's a throw in. I don't know how Mata. Well, I'd be contradicting myself, wouldn't I? I mean, I said Rooney would play for 90 minutes. I don't know. It's a miracle how he does it, but he's done it. You know, I thought Mata and Mkhitaryan were linking up really well, actually, and but you just can't. It's impossible to sub Rooney, isn't it? Absolutely impossible. He's really starting to wind me up, to be honest, how he stays on the pitch. But apparently, he's Mr. Man United to everybody who.
Yeah.
Come on.
Everybody
I don't really care. You know, I'd love Rooney to score. By the way, I just don't really care how we score. I just want Manchester United to win this game, obviously. But there's a chance here. Luke Shaw. Rooney won't keep that in. Moaning at Luke Shaw for a misplaced pass, sort of.
Yeah. The only thing I can see about keeping Zlatan on is the fact that he's one of them players where he can have a really poor game, but if he's given one chance, you know, goddamn sure he'll take it.
Mkhitaryan is just linking up the play, lovely. Zlatan, Valencia. Oh, he did his blasting cross. Oh, Valencia. Dinky cross from Valencia. Fellaini. Oh, Zlatan was there. Rooney just hit it. Oh, just wide. It would have been a cracking goal if he'd scored it, to be fair. Right, I'm going to go. Callum, it's over to you. I'm just going to have a quick wee. Won't be a moment.
Eating a biscuit. Yeah, we're definitely just like we're upping the pace at this present moment. I just feel like it's just getting to that point now where it's getting more hesitant, where it's becoming more desperate. When it becomes more desperate, then that's when you kind of need the big players to step up. But chances are coming. You just need to keep the pressure on. It is extreme. It's 2 a.m. here now, and it's obviously extremely annoying. But I wouldn't miss it for the world. I don't know. I feel like United have had control of the whole game. I feel like we've dominated possession. I feel like we've dominated play. I think like we've had the better chances, but it just hasn't been that final product that United need, and we've missed that today. I just can't deal with another draw. Like, we had enough draws last season. Do you know what I mean? We had like 0-0 at half time and all that last season. I can't be dealing with no more draws. I'm over draws. We just get that. Oh, that deflection took it somewhere. That could have gone anywhere. Jesus Christ.
Hull are on the attack, as I can see.
Yeah, Tom Alderson on the edge of the box. He takes a massive deflection off Eric Bailly, and De Gea is wrong footed completely. Oh, that was a heart and mouth moment.
Wow. Hull are starting to have a go, which is disappointing, but we haven't done enough in this game. It has to be said. Donna Vitels is scared. No, don't be scared. It's fine. I'm not saying we're going to win, by the way, but this is absolutely bloody typical. I never put a bet on anything, and I've put a bet on that United would win today, and I've done the normal voodoo that I didn't want to do. Luke Shaw cross over hit, and Valencia will pick it up though. Just got to keep pressing, just get the ball in the back of net somehow. Give it to Pogba, Mkhitaryan. Give it to Pogba. He's trying to do a little bit too much, to be honest.
15 minutes to go.
I mean, I was just tweeting this out there. I mean, I don't know, when it comes to Mkhitaryan, I don't understand how he's not been playing, because he's just on a different planet to likes of Rooney and Mata. He's absolutely superb. He's getting the ball, he's running at the opposition. I know he's fresher, but he just looks the best player on the pitch, and he's got such a great centre of gravity. He's got touch off both feet. It's a great opportunity for a free kick. Rooney should take this free kick. Or you've got Pogba. Just somebody put the ball in the back of the net. But I think Pogba will
Get
take
on
this.
target. You just need to... With free kicks, if you go for too much power, then you're already losing. Just get it on target and see where it goes from there.
Don't let Rooney take it, to be honest. I mean, I love Rooney to score it, by the way. Don't let him take it, because he just hasn't got
He's
the
too
confidence.
inconsistent.
This could be the moment for Pogba. Or Blind, or Zlatan. I think Pogba looks like he's going to take it. Oh. Unfortunately for Callum, you won't be seeing a goal.
Oh. No, well, there's the pressure off for me.
That's not even close. What we got? I can't see how long we got left. Just under 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes.
Yeah, 13 minutes.
Amar saying just wide. I think that's a bit generous. I think it was well wide, to be honest. Well over a metre wide.
Mm.
I think we should be going all out for this. I know, well, we won't go all out for it. Third game in, a point's better than a loss, isn't it? But
I just think at the end of it, if we do put too much pressure on, I think our quality will be too much. But
Rashford, go on. Too much to do. Too much to do there.
It's just the tempo has been better in the second half in the sort of last 20-25 minutes. It's definitely up the tempo.
Bayes a beast. Oh, Rashford's got a bit of space to run at people here. Go on. Yeah, whoa, God, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. How did he get a shot away? It's a good save by the keeper. But that, again, why is Rashford, well, I understand why Rashford's not in the team, because you've got Zlatan, but he's just such a good player. Why is he not in the England team is another question. But I'm sure Callum will be seeing it now. But it's brilliant. He can't do much more than shoot through the keeper's legs. And cracking effort just wide. Rooney with the corner. He's got some height on it this time. It's up in the air. Hull might clear. Zlatan volleyed it into the Hull defender. Luke Shaw, switch the play. Switch it. Blind, he can put a cross in. Goes past one. Into the box. Sliding it along the floor. Mkhitaryan. He'll lose that. He needs Rooney's help. He gives it to Rooney. Give it back to Mkhitarayan, Rooney. You're not good enough. Oh, he's found Pogba. Oh, nearly an own goal. Rashford loses it. Oh, we're knocking on the door. We're knocking on the door, but the door won't open.
Exactly. You can only see now in his last 15 minutes, Rashford and Mkhitaryan are changing the game completely, and it begs the question why not give him a chance to start? Bring him on earlier. But you can just see the quality that they had. It's a joy to watch. Over some of the poor performance today.
I've also got to order a Chinese in the next 10 minutes, so it comes in for when I finish this. Oh, come on. I'll be so disappointed. Stephen Bell says we're running out of time here. I'd be so disappointed. Somebody's saying it. Rahul's saying extradite Rooney to China. Oh, I'm past all that now. I just want us to win this game. I'll be more than happy if we win 1-0 and we can talk about Rooney afterwards. I don't really want us to. I just want to win.
Yeah.
Valencia, dinky cross, rubbish. Ah. You know what? Sometimes football is just not right. I think if we can just get a chance like that one. Oh, sure. Rashford. This is it. This is it. Oh, he's blocked it. It was a good block. Bloody hell. We are knocking on that door, but Hull are doing the old bloody fighting for your life rubbish. But as I said, that Rooney half chance, we just need one of them. Oh, their keeper's having a worldie as well.
It's one of them days where everything's just going wrong. Not going wrong, but just not going right. They've just hopefully we've got 8 minutes left. Hopefully this pressure can just make him cave.
I was hoping he was going to foul Shaw then, but it was a Valencia cross and it hit the Hull defender. It was going in, but the keeper made a good save. Another corner. We never score from corners, and Mkhitaryan had a shot there. And there's so many players. Hull have got so many players in the 6-yard box. It's difficult.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're holding out for a draw now. Hull haven't even made a substitution, have they?
I don't think so.
No, they've made Snodgrass, haven't they? That's it.
Corner for United. Come on. Any goal, anyhow will do.
Mm.
I don't know why Mkhitaryan doesn't take the corners.
Not because Rooney can't cross, can he? But Rooney's the captain, so Rooney gets to do what he wants. Come on.
Rooney with the cross. He's got some good height on it. Just needed to be attacked. It'll be another one. Come on. Lil Troll. Chinese, I suppose people might not know what it is. It's a takeaway. Beef chow mein. Rooney with the cross. Hull winning the first ball again. Rooney will get it back. He's got acres of space. Remember against Southampton, he had acres of space to put a cross in. Rashford gets up. Poor header. And a free kick to Hull. For God's sake, we've got like 5 minutes to win this game. Oh, God. Glory, Glory, who do you think? Says it's such a bad result, it's crazy. Comments are frozen, sorry. I'll get them back moving.
Yeah.
It is not a good result. Oh, so Frustrating. We should have won this game. The thing is,
Have we?
we've got a third substitution we could make. Why not just make it?
Mm. Have we won a game when I've been on the watch-along? I don't think we have.
Well, considering you did a lot with Van Hal, I doubt it. Oh, shite. Come on. Bay's like showing some passion now. That's what we want to see. But at least there's not. You've got to get the ball forward quicker because Hull are just getting everybody behind the back. I hate Hull. I hate them. Bloody negative. Rashford's trying to do it all himself. He can't. That's not the way to do it. Pogba's been so quiet.
Yeah.
Rashford now putting a cross in. Oh, it's a bloody good cross. Why is nobody attacking that? Zlatan's clapping it. Get on the end of it. It's a really good cross. He puts it in. It's got curl. It's into that 6-yard box.
It's all well and good clapping it. Get on the end of it.
He's nowhere near it. He's got nowhere near it. Come on, United says light cycle. Come on, United is true. We've just got to hope that we can just get a chance. Hull have 10 defenders. Rashford for the winner. I hope so. I just hope so. Fellaini hitting a long ball. That's an odd thing to see. Goal kick to... No, corner to United. Well, not that we're going to score from a corner, but at least it's not. Himanshi's struggling to watch. Haman saying an absolute joke. I mean, if you think it's a joke, give us a little bit more, because I'm sort of like thinking about my live match reaction after this, and I'm just trying to think. I don't want to think about anything because I just want us to win. I can't think of anything negative at the moment. I just want to win. Rooney crosses. Ah, cleared again. Quality of the crosses is just not good enough.
Another
cross. No one's going to get on the end of that sort of cross. Don't hit that. Mkhitarayan tries to hit it. Hull volley it clear. 4 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go plus stoppages.
Yep.
The thing is, though, these are the games. These are the games Chelsea have got to win it. They've been winning late on. We've got to win it.
Yeah. So they've got to show their grit, their determination.
We're pressing. I mean, as I say, we just keep pressing, trying to get a win, but it's not coming off at the moment. Luke Shaw into the box. Pogba hit it. Oh, just wide. I thought you're just waiting for it to nestle in the bottom corner. No. It's going to be one of them days.
Yep.
Oh, it's not far off. It's not far off.
Just one more chance. I mean, I think they've got all 11 men now camped behind the ball.
"24 attempts on goal we've had." Or 24 attempts, not 24 attempts on goal. Apparently Hull have had 7. I don't know where that is. Fellaini, just play the ball. Right, get up. Come on. Chuck Fellaini. I don't know why Fellaini just doesn't get in the box.
Yeah. Now you go to the Fellaini tactic of just lump it in the box. Because it's desperate times, desperate measures.
Rooney. Give it to Mkhitarayan. Mkhitarayan. He's going to shoot. No, it's too low. We ain't going to win this. I can't see it happening. Really disappointing. I know what's going. I know what the criticism's going to be. Mkhitarian now is Valencia. Do your little dinky cross. Doesn't beat the first man. Fucking rubbish. All that time and space and he doesn't beat the first man. Go on, Mkhitarayan. Oh, bloody hell.
Seems like we're shooting a lot from long range in this last sort of couple of minutes, the last sort of 10 minutes. We need to be working the ball into the box. As much as we're panicking that we need a goal, we need it to be, you know what I mean, we need a chance to actually be there.
4 minutes. 4 minutes
It's gonna
stoppage time. Rooney, Rashford, don't shoot from there. Find what, give it Mkhitarayan. Yeah.
Gonna have to be an injury time. It's going to be in
Give it to
Fergie
Shaw.
time.
Oh, Jesus. Fellaini. I mean, surely. Oh, God. Pogba blasts it over about 50 yards over. I mean, surely this is what Zlatan's in the team for. Put some decent balls into the box.
Exactly.
And Jose's not happy with that either. Lee
Only
Carman
point
feels
it.
like screaming.
This is what Hull want. They want us to be shooting 50 fucking yards. Come on. I thought it was supposed to be easy now that we had Jose Mourinho. No stress.
Antek's not happy with Pogba for shooting. Hull are actually on the break here. Well, win the ball back first. That's the main thing. Fellaini doesn't win it back. Just over the bar. Mickey Phelan's running around like he's a... shut up, United reject. He's ecstatic. It's like he's won the cup. Come on. Rooney's now in the left wing position where he's been for most of the game. He's gone past one. That's good from Rooney. Yes! Yes! Rashford! Yes! I thought he was going to be offside. Rooney actually did something for good for once. Down the left-hand side. Skinned his man. Puts it in. It's an absolute tap-in for Rashford. Get in! That is what we want. That's what we want. Get in! Get in! Get in! United fans are going mad. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I will stand up and say brilliant from Rooney. It was brilliant. He went past his man. Unmissable. Absolutely brilliant. And it's Rashford who puts it in. The lad is back. And as we watch it back again, Rooney's in the left back position. He just goes past his man. Terrible. Cross comes in through the legs. Brilliant goal. It is brilliant. Brilliant. Over to you, Callum.
Oh, yes! Told you they were going to do it in Jose time. I told you they were going to do it in Jose time. You know, I said 3 minutes ago, I said, work with ball into the box. Stop shooting from long range, work with ball into the box. Rooney, you know, credit, man. Just getting past that player, putting it into the middle, putting the air, Rashford there, speed, plays, knocks it in. You can't miss it. It's been coming. Yeah, it's been coming, but come on. Yes! 3 wins out of 3. Let's do this. Come on.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, folks, it does not matter. It was brilliant from Rooney. He's had another poor game, but it was brilliant from Rooney. He made that goal, and it doesn't matter. It's, you know, Rashford scores. It's a tap in. That could have been anybody. It was made by Rooney. It was brilliant by Rooney, and I don't care. I said that. I don't care. We've won the game. All that matters is that we win games. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Smalling's come on. It's the first. As soon as we scored, Mourinho ran over to the bench and said, "Smalling, get on." He took Rooney off. Probably doesn't deserve to be taken off for once. It was superb, and yeah, just absolutely brilliant. So happy that we're gonna get points from this game, because we would have gone into that international break really downbeat. I think. Even though we weren't losing, we would have been downbeat. And
No.
Oh, he's played on. I thought the ball went out there from Rashford. Could have been. Oh, cross comes in. Who cares? Who cares? I believe I can fly, says Amril. Update the score, says Technique. Yeah, good point. Oh, brilliant. So pleased. So pleased. And we've won it. We've won it. 1-0. Brilliant. Have that. Superb. Absolutely superb. Give us your thoughts, Callum. I mean, I'm brilliant. Absolutely superb.
You know, just Man United. Just bloody Man United, eh? Never do it easy, grind out the result. You know, credit to Wayne Rooney. That was brilliant on the byline. Like, all respect to him there. But I'm just so happy. That's it. 3 wins from 3. We're done. 3 wins from 3. Top of the league, depending on the City result, but who cares?
I just think, you know what? I wouldn't say Wayne Rooney all's forgiven, and I know a lot of you in the live comments would be hypocrites if you did, because he got a lot of stick in that game, Rooney. But as I kept saying throughout the whole half, I don't care how it goes in. I don't care if it went in off his wig or whatever like that. The reality is, I just wanted to win that game. And the thing is, he won us that game because the ball's in the left-hand side. He beat his man and he put a brilliant cross in. Skinning his man was one thing, but the quality of the cross is superb because he plays it through the legs of the defender. It's the only place he can play it, that it's out of the reach of the keeper. It's right into Rashford's stride to pass it. And the thing is, you cannot Rooney. He deserves to be knocked sometimes, but the reality is, it's Wayne Rooney. He's on £300,000 a week. He's had a fantastic career. He's still got glimpses in him and the capability in him to do stuff like that. And today he did it, and today he won the goal. He won the game. He won the goal. And we've got 9 points for the first time in 3 years, Adrian Lowe. I'm absolutely ecstatic. We were getting there, weren't we? And unlike me, I think, we were into stoppage time. People were moaning, saying, I'm fed up of this. It's rubbish. Too much too soon, etc. And I was like saying, I'm not being negative till this game is over, because I'm just hanging on in the hope that we'll get a goal. And we hung on and we got it. I can't be negative. I can't be negative about anybody, because, yeah, there was problems with that performance, but Hull put 11 men behind the ball and played for a draw, and we finally ground them out. And as I watched the goal again, you know, Rooney just... It reminds me of the FA Cup. He actually took some responsibility. He doesn't do it very often. He should do it a lot more. He took some responsibility in the left position. He ran at his man. The cross is the best bit because it's through the legs. And there's Rashford to win it. And absolutely ecstatic. So pleased that we'll go into the international break. And you know, in no small way, there'll be plenty of Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, City fans sick tonight because we've got out of jail at the end. But that is, again, little steps, but it's all towards winning a title, because winning games like that was 2 points we've just gained. Brilliant.
When Rashford and Mkhitarayan come on, they were changing the game straight up. Like, they came on and they looked like they were making an impact. Credit Jose Mourinho, they were the right substitutions, they were the right moves. And, you know, just Rashford coming on. I mean, he'd been dropped from England's senior team, which is an absolute joke. He's now making his case why he should be starting this Man United team, probably over Martial and over, you know, just Marcus Rashford. I know someone in the comments said about 10 minutes ago, what happens if Marcus Rashford scored the winner? Well, that's what happens. We win the game.
Man of the match, Callum, who would you give man of the match to? I mean, I've just tweeted it out for anyone who wants to cast the vote in their poll. I might have missed somebody out unfairly, but I've put 4 options up. I put Rooney, Mkhitaryan, Rashford and Blind. You don't have to go for any of those. It was only a very quick thinking through, and I'm sure our live comments will say different. But
I'd probably still say Valencia. I just feel like he had a couple of back crosses here and there, but I think he had probably a more complete game than I've seen him have in a while. I think he was dynamic, he was going forward, he was kind of quiet defensively, but he was always there to pick up the ball, run down the line, make that cross that he needed to make. Some of the crosses were poor, some of the crosses were good. Rashford, obviously, you probably say Rashford because of his goal, but, you know, I'd probably go Valencia, Mkhitaryan or Rashford. I think 3 of them share it equally. But, you know, man of the match, it doesn't matter. It's just the 3 points to me. But if I had to really pick one, it would be, it'd probably be Rashford or Mkhitaryan, because they came on and changed the game.
I've just realised that I'd put Rooney down as the scorer on the thing rather than Rashford. And I'll defend myself and say I think Rooney sort of did win us the game. There's no sort of about it. It was brilliant, and who scores the goal? Rashford scores the goal. But just to be walking away from that whole game with 3 points in the bank and 9 points from 9, brilliant. I think we'd have been so disappointed. I mean, 7 points wouldn't have been terrible, but we would have been so disappointed to drop 2 points against a team that was so negative. Really, really brilliant. That's what football's all about, and we haven't had that for so long. And it was a great cross by Rooney, footy too. I don't think I was particularly negative about Rooney, but not for most of the game. The live comments was so anti-Rooney, but that's what he didn't have a very good game, but he produced something to win us the game. Out on the left side, funnily enough, he got moved out left. My man of the match, Callum went for Valencia. I think at the end of the day, I don't really care who the man of the match was. I just wanted to get 3 points. There was some bad there wasn't some great. Pogba wasn't great today. Zlatan wasn't great today. That will happen. Valencia did have a good game. I thought Luke Shaw had a good game. The defenders did have a good game, surprisingly, because they didn't have that much to do. But I just realised I won my bet as well. Secondary didn't matter. United winning was what mattered. But man of the match, I thought Mkhitarayan was amazing. There wasn't much going on in that game, and it was superb. It was superb. There was that one bit when he ran through 3 players, but I'm not going to be negative about anything. So, Uzi says, why is Fellaini still involved? We got out of jail there. Hopefully Jose and brilliant. Goblin666 says, I'm watching the goal reaction back, Mark. Never moved so fast in my life. Laugh out loud. I don't know whether that's ours or yours, but brilliant. Raw, and that's why we like doing the watch-alongs, because it is always raw, isn't it? But yeah, absolutely ecstatic with that. Thanks for coming on, Callum. I realise it's very late for you now in Australia.
Time don't matter when you get 3 points. I'll tell you that now. Time don't matter. Yes. Oh, what a result. 3 wins in 3, 9 points. We're guaranteed first or second. And now it's just time to sit back and watch what City do tomorrow.
Lil Troll says, Mark, Henrik Mkhitaryan must start the next game. I think he should be starting games anyway, but he surely will start against Derby, in the Derby, which is exactly what we wanted. But thanks for Callum to coming on. I'm going to do a live match reaction probably in about 5 minutes, because I want to do it while I'm still pumping about it. But thanks for everybody who's been watching the watch along. Subscribe to the United Stand if you're new. We do the watch alongs for every game and loads of other content as well. Please do drop us a like. You've all been superb as per usual. But what a way to go into the international break. So pleased with that. Really pleased, and things are just getting better and better for United. So thanks everybody for watching, and thanks Callum for coming on.